Hello everyone, and welcome to Perilous Pursuits, a live D&D podcast where a bunch of us nerdy-ass friends sit around and play D&D. The new formed group of adventurers known as Fortune's Favour works to protect their windfall from all who might be aware, as they make their way south to Waterdeep from the Neverwinter Wood. And now, let's jump into tonight's episode of Perilous Pursuits. So we're having a long rest. You're shown to your quarters on the ship. Did we get a ship? Right. Okay. So the crew or the accommodations you've been shown are number 23 there. Yes. So maybe I'll make it a little bit bigger.
So that's underneath the...
That is not the main deck. That's 2 floors down.
Nyrax runs to the bedroom and tries to get the most comfiest bed.
The most comfiest bed is in the captain's quarters.
I got that.
And currently Varn has that dibs on that.
Oh.
I don't think it's cushiony anymore. I think it's really stiff.
Dibs on it? Hey, nobody says...
Varn called shotgun.
Nobody's told Mary and everybody else what happened to Varn yet, have they? Do we even know? Like, I don't think Lear and myself and Nyrax know.
I think over the days of being on the ship, you would kind of figure out what Varn's doing.
Yeah,
But this is the first day, though.
No one said, "Hey, where's Varn?"
Yeah.
When we all go to bed, we're like, where the fuck's Varn? Varn is preoccupied.
Actually,
He's on his own adventure.
Favour and
He's learning
Keithnos
more about
are
himself.
the only ones that know about that, right? They had that.
Spencer has to play Keithnos.
Yes!
So what did you say, Spencer, is canon?
You saved
A
us
little bit of a pimp.
Okay.
I pimped myself out, really.
That's true, and for a good price.
You're like, how good of a whore am I? 300 gold worth of kind of whore. Enough to buy a house.
Yeah.
I can keep it clean and fragrant. Specification.
Okay, so the crew has been working hard all day to get the ship loaded, and they now have the evening off. They're going to go into the town and fraternize, and you guys are sharing in ship duties and keeping an eye on things here in the ship. The captain and the first mate and one of the lookouts who drew the short straw are remaining on the ship, and everyone else crew is going into town. And it's late. It's maybe 8-9 o'clock. But we stopped last session, which was like a month ago, where you guys were having your long rest and setting watches and stuff. But you still have time yet before evening to explore the ship. You've been shown the areas that are here. You're not allowed to go here. You're not allowed to go there. Kind of like that lower level.
The hold?
Yes, the hold.
Where would our gold be?
Probably in the hold, right?
Your gold.
Is it in our room or is it somewhere else?
No, the gold would be. I think it's this lower level. I just need to zoom out a bit to see where.
I think you can just use the scroll wheel.
Nope.
No, oh yeah.
But I can scroll up and down. Yeah. Okay, so
if you press
in this
Control or Shift.
No, this is it. This has got it. So this 22 section here. This area is where there's a feed for animals, and here this green, this will represent your crates of gold. Okay. So this is the lowest section of the cargo hold where they,
I think one of us...
From here, that raises and lowers goods in and out of the ship.
I think one of us should always be with the gold.
Well, you're on the same level as
I
it right
vote
now.
Keithnos because he can make a bubble.
A dome.
Spencer, we brought you here to stay in the halls.
I'm going to go and sit on some green crates of gold.
Ritually cast Leomund's tiny hut. Have a good night, guys.
Yeah, that's my 8 hours.
Where?
That's what
I mean, it doesn't really help, but like,
Oh, I guess I should. And it's also something he could cast not as a ritual if you need to just throw it up right now.
still takes 1 minute, I think.
Yeah.
What's I forgot the little kid's name. Like the
Seth.
Seth. What's he gonna be doing? Because I don't think he's really strong enough to do anything, really.
He's probably with Orlear, and he's probably plugging his ears right now. Earmuffs.
Orlear's not that cool.
No.
No. He's not really my kid.
No. But he's your ward.
Get used to it. This is how adventuring life is.
Hey, Keith, where's Varn?
You have to explain this.
Well, some choices were made. Probably best not to talk about it.
All right.
I'm good. Nobody. You have something to drink? No.
Yeah, we could also crack open this. Maybe we'll do that.
Grabbing a beer.
Celebrate our 100th episode.
Yeah.
I feel like we should talk to Varn. I don't know if he's on board with this whole idea. It's fucking. How much did it cost? 300 gold? Just give him fucking 300 gold. Get Varn back.
What are you talking about? It's so quiet. Except for that thumping noise in the
Yeah.
background.
What do we care about 300 gold?
Squeaky
Varn
floorboard
is
somewhere
learning
in
more
this.
and more about himself every night.
Okay,
he stays
Varn.
here.
Varn's happy up there. All right. Good. As long as it's
As
consensual.
long as Varn is happy,
Yep.
the captain is happy.
Mr. Crabgrass is happy.
Maybe later the crew.
That's good. Okay, so if there's anything else you want to know about the ship
What?
or the numbers,
I know.
it's all written down there.
What does the captain's quarters look like?
That's why I was like,
They're quite
I don't have
elaborate.
that much will.
I've set myself up.
All right. I was going to free you, but you didn't want it, so.
we do need to have like a Varnation clause, like in case something goes wrong. Like
Yeah, we need him.
we might
He's
need
part of
him to
the team.
actually like heal people and
Can
help
you
us.
communicate
doesn't-
with him? Anybody have any way of communicating
I
with him?
have the message spell, yes.
He also
They both
doesn't
do.
often help us when we fight.
I
He
mean,
just runs
often
away
he
anyways,
just-
so.
Flees combat.
Yeah, so it really won't be any.
With the money.
With the money, yeah.
Or Lear's like thinking about this, is like, wait a minute.
Yeah, maybe it's better to have some eyes and ears upstairs.
Yeah.
Well, I'll go up in the
We didn't have
crow's
any
nest.
copies, he could just leave one on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because we left that with Andros, didn't we? Or-
I'll go into the crow's nest here.
I'll alternate shifts on crow's nest duty if we need.
Yeah. Yeah, we got the two eyes of scene.
We're the eyeball guys.
You can dig this spyglass.
Oh, yeah.
My eyes are automatically spyglasses.
Yeah, he's go gadget.
I already have advantage on perception checks, so the spyglass doesn't help me.
Okay.
Other than thematics.
Cyrax could use it though.
Yeah, I could use it.
So is everyone staying on the ship?
We check out the. Wait, let's go back to the map.
If I took an immovable rod and stuck it in one of the chests, and stuck it to the bottom of the chest, could you move the chest?
If you take the rod out.
Wait,
It'd probably destroy the chest.
not rip right out as it stays in place and the boat moves?
Yeah. Yeah. When
The boat, it'd rip a hole in the boat.
Yeah, it's gonna. That chest isn't gonna move, and the boat's gonna move, and the chest gonna hit the back of the boat and rip out the back of the boat.
But that doesn't make sense because the planet's spinning.
D&D physics.
Different.
It's like,
have
oh,
a
I lift
conference
this
call with-
necklace off somebody's head, but the person doesn't see the necklace go over their
Yeah,
eyes.
there you go. Yeah.
They clipped the back.
Yeah, they get it back off.
That's not what was said.
Okay.
So there's
some history.
He
there.
waited till you blinked.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a really long blinker.
Timed it perfectly.
Yeah.
there's still the Umber Hulk Shell Inn that we haven't been to.
You picked up to-go meals there.
Oh, that's right.
We
yeah.
did.
So would I have not seen Varn at that point? He ate dinner, right? Because I bought for the whole crew.
I
Yeah.
don't think I ate them.
No.
He was.
All right.
The more he has
Have we met with the mayor at Torver's Post?
No. We basically got like
I'm your kid.
ferry.
Wow.
We got like passage on the ship, and then
Yeah.
Varn agreed to get us a discount.
A deal.
And then we got on the boat to like watch the gold. We did spend a lot of money at the peculiarity shop.
It is.
And then I
Well, how'd
gave
you end up?
Nyrax those two items, I think, and then couldn't he not use one of them or something? Or
Do you have any more?
Yeah, I was a +1 leather.
it didn't help you or something.
Didn't help me.
Oh, because you're a barbarian. So we have +1 leather.
No, I'm a druid, but I'm also a monk.
Or monk. Yeah, you took barbarian or monk levels, and then so the leather doesn't help you. So someone else
No.
can take it.
I bought studded leather for myself.
I got the +1 leather. You guys gave it to me.
Oh, we
Yeah.
already did.
I don't
Yeah.
need armor. I have tattoos.
All right. I didn't get to listen to
I
it.
gave
so.
you a ring of protection.
No, I got it.
Yeah,
There's
but I
two.
bought one for
There's
dagger as
matching.
well.
Oh, okay.
You guys have
ones.
matching rings.
Hey.
The friendship rings.
Yeah.
That made me die. Okay. Good.
Okay, so is there anything you guys want to do?
Gordon's gonna like sub in like
I'm
the
gonna sit
Sailor
with the
Moon
gold.
music when they have to activate the ring.
Okay, so I was thinking we're either going into a long rest, so then you do your watches, or there's something you want to do before your long rest on the ship or not on the ship. Now's your chance.
The peculiarity shop, I think you said, is closed and won't
Yep.
reopen again before we leave, right?
Before a full calendar year.
Yeah,
'cause that's
so-
what he made that day.
When the captain is done with Varn, I'd like to speak to him.
To the captain or to Varn?
That's
No, to the captain.
You could probably talk to him.
I can't talk to Varn right now.
Put a blanket over Varn
Yeah,
and
just
just.
put a blanket.
Put a doily over top.
How strong is the captain's constitution? You can roll off.
You should see Gordon's face right now.
Oh, I just see this blobbing blanket.
Nyrix would have had a little bit of time while the guys were at the peculiarity
Yeah.
shop, where you were sitting on the gold and waiting. If
Dagger
there's
was
just
there
a
as
couple
well.
of questions
Varn
you had
was
for
there.
the captain.
Yeah. I'll go up to him and say, "Oi, Captain, is it Captain Barney?
Barney Blastwind.
Barney Blastwind, yeah, nice to meet you. Thank you for letting us use your ship here. Got a question for you.
That's so bad.
Varn, keep it down. I'm having a conversation, Varn, just like maybe a little quieter.
Tell the captain to keep it down.
Oh, I'm picturing his conversation like,
I am doing
Barney Blastwind.
Oh,
Oh god. I go back. I can't handle it. I go back to the storage. I just can't talk to this guy.
That's it. That's okay.
I tried.
I love that so much.
Okay, so we can go into the long rest.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm gonna rest on the gold.
I'll be up in the perch. Crow's nest.
Okay,
So
so
everywhere, anywhere the captain tells
Dagger's gonna stealth through the ship and listen in on the sailors.
you. Oh, are you
Okay.
going to tell somebody you're going to do that?
No,
No, I could just make you invisible.
okay, I'll tell you.
I mean, I've cast invisibility on you once before.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just spend this spell slot before.
Okay.
Actually, I'll be better yet. I'll just use sorcery points and cast it.
Okay, I did say that most of the sailors are off the ship.
No, I thought we were departing already.
No.
No. Okay.
We haven't got
In the morning.
We're not even at morning yet. We're
Three
trying to
sailors.
get through this long rest here.
Okay.
So
Maybe
normally
listen.
you guys pair off and you do a watch. You have to sleep sometime. So who's pairing off? Where are you sleeping? You've been given a quarters number 23.
I drag a bed into the money room.
I'm gonna Scrooge McDuck on the gold and leave him in his tiny hut.
Yep. I'll be there with you.
Okay.
On my way up to the. Oh, you guys are. Are you up, Spencer?
Well, we were given quarters, right?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna go to my quarters and go to sleep.
Okay. Is anyone staying up on a watch?
Yes, I am.
Okay, Nyrix is on watch. Anyone staying with Nyrix on watch?
Sniff could.
Okay, you tell him.
Sniff is staying on watch then.
What's the name of the ship?
When you go to
This is
word
the
in
slippery
sideways.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, so
The gobbler.
Nyrix and Sniff are on watch. Whether you want to be on deck or there is a crew member who is in the crow's nest. He drew the short straw and he has to stay on the ship while everyone else is partying. And
Oh,
then
okay.
the captain, who is in his quarters right now.
Why don't you go sit in the crow's nest and tell that crew member to
Walk the deck.
fun, and that way you'll have some good cred with him.
Tell him to go to bed.
You're gonna go relieve the.
Well, on my way up, I wanted to walk the gun deck.
Yep.
Are all the hatches open or closed?
Well, they'd be closed right now.
Okay. I just want to make sure there's no hatches someone can crawl through.
Yeah.
And make my way up to the top deck. And I'll
Okay.
go up to the crow's nest and just say, hey, if you want to walk the deck, I'll watch up here for a while.
Oh, really? You do that for me?
Absolutely, Mike.
Oh, sweet. And he'd be like, it's just between you and me, though, right? You
Oh
cover-
yeah,
Okay.
I got this.
Okay. Then he's gonna go into town.
No, mate. Oh, he's gone.
Okay.
Not quite what I wanted, but whatever.
Okay.
There's this boat called Left Boat.
Nyrex, why don't you make a perception check? And if you're gonna do this invisibility sneak around thing, it's gonna be on your watch, right? Not right now.
No, I'm gonna wait till the crew's here. The whole
Okay.
point was
Okay.
to,
The whole point is to listen in on the
Yeah.
crew.
yeah.
Okay.
Dagger, do I have your spyglass?
Yeah.
So do I get advantage?
Yep.
Well, that's pretty good. 27.
Okay. You're able to see this crew member, who you've just relieved. He runs off towards the Umber Hulk inn, and then you scan around. You see the other ship, the Long Barnacle, and they're just about ready to cast off. And they start making their way from the docks out towards the sea. And you watch them as they clear the bay, and you can see things clearly on their ship. It seems to run like a well-oiled machine, and there's guys running up and down the deck of the other ship, and they know what they're doing, and this is old hat for them. Even though it's getting dark, they want to get out to sea and get on the road. They've got lots of miles to go to get to Neverwinter.
Cool. Yeah, I'll just watch. I would have asked Sniv to walk the deck.
Yeah, he's just going on a march.
Back and forth, back and forth. He's tracking his muddy footprints on that deck that you just pressed to digitate it.
Yeah, he has a -1 to perception too.
Okay, for fun, why don't you roll, see what he sees?
Nat 1!
Yep, it's 30.
Oh man.
Or 0.
Yep.
He doesn't fall off the ship, does he?
All he hears is Varn.
He probably doesn't even hear Varn, right? He's singing a song to himself and just walking the deck, and he's like, wow, it's really clean here. And then he turns around, oh yeah, it's really dirty over there, and it's like it's just his own footprints behind him.
Wait, there's somebody here. See these footprints?
Let me follow these footprints to see where they lead.
What did I make his intelligence? 0, so he's just basic. Just normal.
Okay,
so that's all I do on my watch.
On your watch?
No, I'm just watching.
Okay. Who do you wake for second watch?
I'll wake Dagger.
And Sniv will wake him. There you go.
I'm sleeping. I'm not doing a watch on the ship.
I'll then Sniv will wake Orlear.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, Orlear and Dagger. And where, Nyrex, are you going to sleep?
I'm gonna sleep in that cage, not outside the bubble.
Outside the bubble, but in the cargo hold.
In the cargo hold, yeah.
You guys open the chest to make sure there's actual gold in it still.
Nope. Yeah, I said I Scrooge McDuck. I'm just laying on the gold.
Oh, I see.
I open up the crate and I'm just swimming in it.
With all the horse feed and blankets mixed in there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, Dagger and Orlear, what do you get up to on your watch?
I'm gonna patrol the entire boat. Like I'm gonna even go into the places where I'm not supposed to.
Okay. Okay, down into the hold.
Of course.
Okay. Being that there is the only crew member who's supposed to be watching isn't here, you've got free reign to go wherever you want. There's no one.
Okay. So I'm just gonna
Snoop.
snoop.
Okay, make a snoop check. See what you see.
That's investigation.
Yep.
13.
Okay, the items on this ship, they look pretty standard. Something that you would expect to see on a vessel that is mainly meant for cargo. They make trips up and down the coast, and you sneak down into the hold, expecting to find, oh, this must be where they keep all that contraband, because we weren't allowed down here. And when you look down there, you're like, oh, it kind of looks just kind of ordinary. And you dig and search and pry and look and open stuff up, and there isn't anything special or shiny or secret compartments. It looks kind of plain, kind of standard.
Nothing you find. Anyway.
Okay. I'm gonna leave my ball bearings on the bottom.
of the hold,
Nasty.
the area to the hold.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're just gonna take a hammer and hammer them in so they don't move during.
No,
Just resting there.
just resting there.
Yep. Okay.
So when the ship tosses and turns, it'll just
Yes.
yeah.
there's gonna be some really angry crewmates. There's gonna be...
Dagger, when those balls start rolling, you'll be forced to chase after them.
Oh yeah. It's funny. I have the I think it's the thieves pack, and it comes with a little bell. I should get a collar and put it on there.
Back.
That would horribly
You need a glitter collar.
That'd be a dress up thing. I'd be wearing a collar and a bell.
This is my fancy
formal
time.
wear.
Yes. Wear your belt.
And for a tuxedo, you just shave it into your black body. Shave a bow tie.
Oh, okay. Or Lear.
I'm gonna wake Seth for my watch as well.
Sweet, awesome.
Yeah, wake up as well, Seth, please. Thank you.
So, what are we watching?
We're just making sure nobody takes the gold out of the crates.
Sure, I can do that.
Good.
What's this big bubble?
Basically, it protects the gold, except from underneath, but that's why Dagger's wandering around.
Can you do that?
No, I'm unable to do that. Can you do that?
Nope.
Okay. That's something only Keith Noss can do.
Oh, sweet, you could teach me.
Maybe eventually you could learn that spell. I don't know.
I've been thinking about multi-classing in Bard.
Spencer, by the way, you and Seth are like best friends.
How is your minor illusions coming, Seth?
Oh, pretty good, good.
Can I maybe expand some of your repertoire?
Okay, sure.
I'll minor illusion Nyrax's face.
Nyrax's face?
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. I have to remember what he looks like.
Sure. Let's pretend right now.
Okay. You give it a shot.
Yeah.
See how well he does.
Well, I'm in the same room with the bubble.
Not so good.
Okay. Well,
so good.
How about your face?
Sure, I know what my face looks like.
Yeah, do your face.
That one.
Oh, 18. Looks pretty good.
Yeah. What about Sheena's face? Can you do that one?
Oh, sure. We can do Sheena. 10.
Do I recognize it?
Yep.
Is that the one I saw? Up in the clouds?
Yep.
Son of a bitch. Okay.
With the other gods. With all the other gods.
I was like, how can I work around this? I figured that out today.
Nice.
Oh, that's interesting. It's good for when you need to describe someone and you maybe need to show somebody what they look like.
Oh, okay. I bet that comes in real handy.
It can be useful at times. Like, have you seen this person? And you can make an image of them. And then we'll continue our watch.
Okay. Okay, anyone else going to do a watch, or everyone's just sleeping through?
I think right about now, Varn is done.
Okay, that makes sense. Varn, maybe you're too tired to have a watch. Maybe you just want to call it a night.
I should roll Constitution. Constitution save 19 plus 3, so it's 22. I think
going strong.
I think you can go on for another round.
Watch.
So this is now early in the morning, and some of the crew, not all the crew, some of the crew are starting to make their way back to the ship. The ones that maybe didn't have too much to drink, they're kind of staggering themselves. You know, they got to be ready to go the next morning, or the ship's going to leave without them. So you see that some of the crew and the crew quarters, most of them sleep in hammocks on the gun deck, that second layer there.
Mm-hmm.
But the first mate and the master at arms, they have their own separate, not captain's quarters, but
Personal room.
private officers' quarters near the bow of the ship. Pretty much 16 there.
Okay. Same floor as that.
Stern of the ship.
No, it's at the bow. It's under the forecastle.
Oh,
So
there.
7 and 8 ours, and then it's actually on another screen. That's where it is. It's not
right
16.
there.
No, it's over that way.
To the left.
It's that one.
Oh.
Yeah. So under the forecastle, where the ship, the bow kind of raises up, that's where the officers' quarters are. And those would be the guys, the 2 officers who are. They got the night off and they got to go to town, but they're going to be the first ones back because they're going to get some sleep before they've got duties tomorrow, and they can't. They've got to set a good example, and they're ones who aren't going to do their jobs drunk and hungover. So, Varn, you might hear or see them come back to the ship.
Hello.
Little guy, nice seeing you there. Good night.
Good night. I feel like we're going to be really well acquainted soon. Good night.
It writes itself. I mean, I didn't say anything, but sure.
When I started, when I asked to help him, I didn't think of it sexually, but I'm going to embrace it.
And continue to push it first.
You have to take what comes.
Right? Not just accept.
You gotta take what comes.
Come on.
Okay, so the sun starts coming up. It's the rest of the crew makes it back, and the dock starts coming alive again the next morning. Things are happening, and the last minute things are being loaded. You notice that there is a herd of sheep being gathered and funneled towards the ship, and they're being lifted up onto the ship one by one and placed down into the hold. And you notice that there is a certain farmer that you recognize who has also purchased some.
I thought we bought the whole ship.
Yeah, there's not
I
allowed
thought
to be any other passengers.
our weight allotment was maxed out, but apparently
You have
not.
purchased half of the hold weight limit, and
Re-listen
the other.
you
can listen to it. I listened to it twice today, so. The other half of this ship is going to be filled with sheep, and they had some hard time getting the sheep all gathered. I mean, some of them got out of the pen last night, and so it took us all night to gather all the sheep, but they're here now ready to go onto, and so the rest of the hold, the area 22, is filled with sheep. No passengers, just sheep.
So not the farmer itself.
The farmer's there to work out his dealings with the captain, and some money is exchanged, and the sheep are loaded.
I feel like we're gonna eat a sheep on this ship.
I wonder if
I wild shape
yeah,
to a dire wolf.
someone has disguised himself as a sheep.
Yeah, there's.
I would like to, exactly that. Maybe walk through the sheep and start poking and prodding these sheep.
Okay.
I think the sailors are all going to do that over the trip.
Long cold nights.
Okay, so do you do this right away as they're loading, or do you wait till everything?
I'll wait till they finished. I'm watching them carefully, but when they're done and everyone's left, I'm gonna enter the pen.
Are you gonna shape change into a ram or?
Maybe. Yeah.
He's really thinking about it.
It doesn't
He's gonna.
As soon as I mention I'm in there right now.
I'm gonna be a ram.
I'll tip into a diorama.
A diorama. And I'm gonna sniff all the sheep anuses to see if they're real sheep.
Okay, so the sheep are loaded and they set sail. Last chance. You see that some of the sailors are waving to some forlorn women at the shore and at the docks.
Do we have any white glitter dye left? Can we dye the sheep?
I don't know. Don't look at me.
I think we do have some dye left.
Did
Some dagger dye.
Acknowledge us at all?
But with sheep, you're going to shear them anyway.
I know. I was going to do their head.
It's if you're trying to stay hidden, it's not hard to stay hidden. The farmer and the captain have no reason to believe that you know each other, and so unless you make yourself known, no problems there.
I think that's a good idea, and just a little bit on each one of them. So if there is any kind of shape-changing stuff, when they shape-change, we'll see the glitter and we'll know that there were the sheep.
That was the second reason I wanted to do that.
Nice
The
plan.
first reason was just to fuck with the farmer.
The farmer's got nothing to do with the sheep. I'm sure you sold them already.
I'm gonna inspect the sheep.
We know that already.
Yes, you can't wait to inspect the sheep.
I get me in there. You know how to find. You know how you find sheep in the tall grass? Excellent. Terrible.
No checks. Go on every sheep.
You know you screw sheep close to cliffs?
Because they push back.
Oh, God.
Why do they know this?
Yeah.
You have to be over 50.
All right, so you're underway. The movement of the ship. Maybe you're not used to this kind of thing. I need everyone to roll a Constitution check. See if you get your sea legs.
I'm going to do one thing as we're taking off.
Yeah.
I'm going to cast Locate Object on the centaur's weapon that I've been trying to locate.
Okay.
Just to see if he's within 1,000 feet of us.
Okay.
As we're just pulling offshore.
12.
6 for Nyrax.
Okay.
I'm gonna be puking.
Yeah, you're 6. You're 5. He's
No, Nyrax is 6.
I'm a 6. Nyrax is a 6.
I'm
Okay.
a 5.
9.
10's the threshold.
Oh, I'm fine.
Should do that for
12.
Sniff too.
Should have bought that patch behind the ear.
No. So Orlear and Keithnos are the only two who are able to move with the ship, and they keep their eyes on the horizon, and everyone else is kind of like and kind of
Varn can hold it in fine.
so you guys aren't feeling so good. Your perception, what were you rolling?
Locate Object. Just
Locate
casting
object.
the spell.
Yes.
Just to see if the centaur's weapon is within 1,000 feet of me
Okay.
as we're taking off.
And that's not something you have to roll for, right? It's just a spell. You cast it, and if they're within, then you get a ping.
There is no saves or anything.
No, you just know if the
I
object.
sense the distance from the object and the motion and the direction it's moving.
Okay. You get a ping from onshore, and you're moving away from it. So,
Like in the town?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to tell everybody that the centaur is in the town for his weapon.
Should have done that when we were in the town.
I just wanted to know if he's on the boat. That was my only thinking of it.
Okay.
He's not on the boat, but he's within 1,000 feet of us. So.
And right now, now he's not anymore.
Yeah.
Like
That's good.
You get that feeling of there he is. Oh, and now I don't sense it anymore. Like you've now left the range.
Good. So he was in that town.
So when do we start killing the sheep?
Why?
Paranoia.
You need to wait to let it settle in.
It's like
How long is this trip?
3 days.
3 days.
It's gonna take 3 days.
So probably 2 days from now. Not right at the start.
Does anybody have delayed fireball ready to go? Just drop that in the ship hold and just leave.
Wait till it's in the mouth of the Kraken before you ignite it.
I don't think I'll be.
Dagger, do you want to help me use this dye on all the sheep?
Yeah, sure. I'm experienced with it.
I'll just hold the jar since I'm the one that can like just dip your finger in and just.
Okay, and are you doing this in front of the crew, or are you like trying to be secret about it, or
I don't think I need to be.
We're blessing them. This
Yeah.
is a Tabaxi tradition. When animals come aboard a ship, you have to bless them with this dye.
Okay, make your deception roll. See if they believe you.
Can I give him advantage?
If he
since
rolled
I'm,
already,
like-
then no.
Okay. I don't know what he rolled. I was trying to help him before he rolled.
I don't think you have a good charisma, do you?
No, he does.
What do you say to?
I was
give
gonna
him
say like no,
advantage?
like we're gonna use this die and we're gonna make like little a mark on their forehead. Just
Are
nothing.
you a
else.
cleric?
Absolutely not.
He's a god.
Some actually have called me a god. That is accurate. Remarkable as it sounds.
People call me a god too.
Whoa.
Both of those items are correct.
We need to spread the religion of cat.
I'll give you advantage, but I
Sorry.
think like
It's okay.
It's a
No.
close call here.
With advantage.
You still a 10. Okay. The dice have spoken.
All right.
Okay, so a 10 is like they don't really believe your story, but they're gonna let you do it anyway.
Yeah, what do they fuck?
Yeah.
So I'll like hold the jar of dye and Dagger will dip his finger in and just mark each one.
FF for Fortune's favor.
I was just gonna make like a little plus sign on the.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and is this before or after Nyrex gets to them? Like, it's like this one has been sanctified by Nyrex, and this one not yet. He's gotten to this one yet.
No, we're just doing every one of them.
We're just doing every sheep.
Every sheep.
Okay.
I'm puking. I haven't investigated anything.
Oh, he's
Well,
not.
I'm barfing in the meantime as well.
Nyrex isn't in the mood right now.
I had to go up to the top and barf over the railing.
Smith is doing that too.
And the sheep are eating it up.
That's gross because that would be true.
It's like birds, eh? Puke in their mouth.
Imagine some people eat.
Okay, so
Dogs.
the first mate's going to introduce himself. His name is Dallin Turlouse. And he'll say, Captain says that you guys are to help with the ship duties. So we need to parcel you out and give you different responsibilities here around the ship.
I'm an expert spotter.
And I guess, if you have any specialties, now's the time to bring up those to my attention so I can utilize your specialities.
I can hold my breath for a while.
I'm expert rodent killer.
Rodents.
I'm pretty good with the animals. I could guard the animals here and keep them under control. And not a bad spotter either.
Okay, anyone good with gunpowder?
Sniv is kind of like a soldier, but he's also kind of really.
Varn, you have a cannon.
Varn has a cannon, but I think he's a bit preoccupied.
But
then again,
at this time, though, you're with the rest of the crew. He's addressing all the crew together. So, you can speak up as Varn.
I'm kind of an expert on explosives.
Okay. So, we need, we'll have you there, the one with the robes. You can pair up with Deadeye over there. He points to one of the crew members and, take shifts and, keep lookout on the crow's nest.
Aye, aye.
That's Deadeye.
Aye, aye, Deadeye.
Right. And
Aye,
Only one eye. Only one eye.
Aye.
Yeah.
Just aye.
Die.
And
Tie.
anyone got carpentry skills?
I again can work with practically any material.
I'm pretty good at destroying carpentry tools and stuff.
What you're getting to is that he can do pretty well everything that you need him to do.
Yeah, why don't you just get him to do all the things?
I'm a multi-tool.
I'm good
I mean,
with
he's
leather
good with
working.
wood.
If you want, you can just put him to work, and the rest of us will just sort of fill in as needed if he needs a little rest.
I'm good with leather working.
Okay. Well, maybe you could repair some of the sails. I've got some sails over here that need repairing.
You make your sails out of leather?
I'm just saying, maybe some of those skills would transfer over.
Oh, okay. We'll try that, yeah.
Smart ass.
I heal the sick. If you need
How do you
that.
skin the sails?
When Dagger's alone, I'll say, Dagger, you should put like Fortune's Favor in big letters over the sails.
Okay.
Leather strapping through.
Slow us down, right?
Yo.
We need someone who can peel potatoes and help out with the cook. We're going to report to the cook. Who's that? Who's signing up for that?
Also that one.
Okay, look, guys. Here, everyone said that you have
I mean,
to
I'll
take care
go.
of ship duties.
This is why we.
Sniff can do it.
There you
Okay, Sniff. Sniff. I need you to report to the cook. His name is we call him Chief.
Aye, Chief.
No, the cook's name is Chief. My name is Dallin.
Who's on
Aye,
first?
Dallin.
go. Aye, did I?
So Sniv is going to report with the cook, and that's down on the lower
As soon
deck.
as Sniv leaves, and Dallin turns to look at us, it's like I'm like, how much gold do you need to not ask us to do any more jobs?
I suppose as long as we got one guy working, then
The jobs will get done.
yeah. I just
won't do them.
the captain is gonna have my hide if he doesn't see that the work is getting done and that I'm. So if I accept a bribe from you, then you have
I'm not
to
saying it's a bribe. I'm saying
a payment. If I accept
It's a
a payment
transaction.
from you,
Yeah.
then if the captain's around, you need to look busy. All right.
Just imagine we're all millennials.
Oh, work ethic of 0.
I mean, won't the captain be busy with? I won't get to answer that question. But it's fine. Seth, pretend I said nothing. Sure, we'll pretend we're working.
That go for all of you.
Uh-huh.
If your concern is keeping the captain busy, we can handle that too.
I'll be watching the.
You all point at Varnation. I'm like, he's quite capable.
He's got good constitution.
He's good with wood. He's good with other materials.
I'm a workaholic.
He's great with cannons. He's good with gunpowder.
I'm good with anything that.
All right.
lasts.
Well, I was hoping that you guys might want to learn some skills. 'Cause,
I mean,
if this ship comes to battle with some things, you might need to know what's happening on the
Dagger
ship.
wants to learn how to work the things.
Okay. Okay. So then
I'll let us steer the ship.
you want to. Okay. Dagger's going to report to Lifeline.
Lifeline.
Yeah. We call him Lifeline. He's that short guy over there.
Yeah.
All right.
Aye, Lifeline.
R, matey. Is that how we talk on this boat? R.
are you asking a question?
We're gonna be kicked off this boat
Okay.
so quick.
Nyrex, you want to learn steering?
Yeah, I'd like to navigate. Maybe learn how to steer this ancient living tree that's now dead.
All right, you're with me.
I think there's more than one tree in this thing.
I don't like that news.
There's probably a forest in this thing. Small forest, but
And
forest.
I think probably a few of us should probably stay with the cargo. Yeah, at least one.
Yeah, he can stay in.
11 minutes.
I know, like-
Lumen's signing out. Good night, guys.
Yeah. Okay, well,
Amazing role playing, Spencer.
I really harnessed everything I know about this character.
Yes.
Sitting on a crate.
so
I hope I'm doing Becker proud.
Yeah, you are.
I mean, Keith Nelson's actually done this a few times.
So, Bart, it sounds like you're good at everything, but I sort of need you to,
Be in multiple places at once at
well,
that
yeah,
point.
it can't really happen.
Yeah.
Like when the alarm bell sounds and we got danger on the ship, you got to be able to go to your post.
The cannoneer I can be really good at. That would be my main
If
specialty.
you need firepower off the top of the deck, I'll be there.
Okay, so then the two of you report to Spitz. He's
feel like
Certainly not Bard.
I feel like I've already done that.
cabin boy.
There's a reason why he was replaced.
He was upgraded.
Oh
His special move is leaking.
I made this up months ago. Oh my goodness. Okay. Okay, so that's earlier. And Varn.
no! I'm still gonna do the work in the crow's nest. Do the spotting.
Yeah, that's separate from what they're on, like,
Yeah.
Master at Arms, like well, the Master at Arms kind of manages all of the weapons and artillery, but Spitz is the crew member who is the guy running the guns on the gun deck.
I was supposed to report to ropes?
Lifeline.
Lifeline.
Yeah.
Spitz I could have remembered, but Lifeline.
Spitz I'll never forget.
Yeah. So is Varn's boat named Swallow?
Okay, so everybody has ship duty except
Swallows.
for Keith Noss.
Keith Noss is preoccupied though. We need him.
All right. Well, what do you like? That's not going to fly for the captain. He's got to see that everybody's got a position and a duty and a job. So at
He's
least
securing the cargo.
He's got a position. He's
He's the most important of us.
we could say that you work with the cook,
he's holding
and
the
you're busy doing things when the captain comes by to check on what you're cooking.
I'm sure that I can help with the cook.
It's on the same deck, is it not?
Perfectly reasonable.
I believe it's on the same deck that you're on.
Yeah,
anyway.
it's at the back.
It's just at the back,
Can,
the stern.
I can peel some potatoes,
Right.
and throw some carrots in a pot, and stir a thing. Yeah, under control.
Okay, so you and Sniv
Chief.
can work with Chief the cook. What about me? What can I do?
Yeah.
Feel potatoes.
That might be dangerous.
You could either stay with me, Seth, or if you want, you can learn how to cook. But
I think you should teach them how to operate the cannons.
Yeah.
Teach him how to use explosives.
Explosives are a very, very important part of early childhood.
He has a good eye, being able to see off in the distance, calculate angles.
Know how much powder to put in.
You have to really shove it in there.
I think it's.
I realize you're all being sarcastic. Thank you.
No, we're not.
I will do whatever you do, earlier.
That's fine. You can learn what I learn.
Sweet, awesome.
Someone's got to make a shirt that says that.
When is he going to die?
Sweet awesome.
Okay, so you all have your duties, and you report to the different people, and you learn the basics around life at sea. There's a couple of meals, then they have the bell, and they have shifts that the crew works in shifts, and so you're always working with another crew member. Things like the sails, it's kind of like regular maintenance that has to be done. There are some things that could be repaired at the moment, but on life at sea, there's always something that needs repairing. There's whether it's ropes or whether it's actual sails themselves. There's always something that needs repairing. I mean, nobody signed up for carpentry, so that's going to fall to you as well, because we gotta have somebody who. So maybe you'll be called upon to do some repairs. Not right now, we're good, but should that come about, it's going to fall to Dagger and Lifeline to do some ship repairs. Okay. The watch of the crow's nest. You have to be able to call out if there's something floating in the water, or if you see land, or if you see other ships, if you see weird birds. If you see there's a bunch of birds over there, that's a concern. We got to know about that. If you see them, we got to know about it. That could tell us lots of things about, different animals that could be in the water, or weather that's coming in. So those are the things you got to be looking for on your checks.
Or a white dragon.
Yeah, or white dragons flying in out of nowhere. If you see that. Well, yeah. Well, I mean.
Or the tower.
It's just more so if it happens.
Yeah.
Just casually mention it.
Yeah, just casually mention it or something. Call down to it.
No biggie, but there's a giant
good
dragon.
roll not
You
on
say,
the boat, too.
No, it's the kind of thing where the people who are on the boat doing the work are not looking out for those kinds of things. They're trusting that the guy in the crow's nest is doing that looking so they can focus on their job.
I'll be doing the looking.
Okay. So
It's the easiest job. I just lay back and.
Your robes just cover the whole crow's nest and almost make it down to the main deck.
Okay. Keith Noss and Sniv, you have to prepare the meals, and they have to be ready for a certain time. But it's not like everybody sits down and eats at once. We're like you're making food. You're making it for these guys. They come down, they eat, and then they rotate. And then mealtime isn't just like morning and night. It's like there's always someone who needs a snack or needs something. So it's almost a full-time job. You get very little rest as a cook.
What is the role for making food? Like, what is the see how good it is?
The
quality.
The quality of the role.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it's a performance check, because that's kind of what I like to use as the skilled trades check. I mean, we've done this before, but I mean, Keith Nott's gonna have no problem with that. He's a bard.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So, when you plate that food, it's got to look just right. Other duties are the two at the cannons. So the cannons that are equipped on this ship, I believe, and we'll just go with what the picture shows. I think it's 6 per side.
Or 3 up top and a bunch below.
Well, 3 up top,
7,
and a whole bunch below.
6%.
7 per side.
7 per side, 3 on the top.
Okay.
It's 10 per stud.
Okay, so there's a bunch of other crew members who are available. They will drop what they're doing and come and help if there is a battle and they need to man the cannons. The cannons, they take 2 full actions to load and aim and fire. Okay?
Okay.
Can that be 2 different people in the same round?
It can be 2 different people in the same round, but it's 2 full actions. And the cannons do a 2d6 of damage, and they shoot at 200 feet. We're doing feet here. So we're going to say they shoot 200 feet at 2d6 damage. And if we load the good powder, then they can do 4d6 damage. But then you have to roll to see if the cannon blows up. Because the powder is just so much more powerful. And the roll to see whether the cannon blows up. I didn't even look this up. This is like we'll call it a 1 or a 2 on a d20. Okay?
We do have a lot of cannons.
Okay.
Blow up a lot of cannons before the men.
Yeah.
Okay. So the loading of the good powder is a separate action.
Okay.
So
So
We
3
fire all
total
of the
action?
cannons. It's guaranteed one of them will blow up.
Why don't you guys spend an action, or the next 20 actions,
Accepted.
loading the good powder right now?
yeah, you could preload them all with good powder right now.
Yeah.
Why
not?
Actually, then the powder would be no. I'm thinking no, because then you're sailing and stuff gets wet, and
Yeah. And then
you could probably do it in preparation. You see if there's a ship coming, okay, let's load them with good powder now. But it would be something you do just prior to a battle, not right now.
Yeah.
Is there
Side
a...
note, where is this good powder stored?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, we would like
Okay.
to know where all the powder is
So
stored.
the good powder is in the hold, where it should be. Totally away from all the rest of the...
Is there fire down there? Like, is there like torches or?
Is there?
No, the hold would be totally black.
Is
totally...
that like at the very bottom of the
Yes,
ship?
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
All at the very bottom.
The
all
very
all
bottom.
the last
The
step.
very bottom on the... Right after the last step, that's where the good powder is, down there.
Number 30, magazine gunpowder stores.
Sparked off the side of the thing, and it...
Okay, the regular powder is up on the gun deck. The good powder is down in the hold.
Okay.
So you can bring it up top, but
Is the good powder like stored in individual bags, like pre-measured to put in the cannons?
no.
Or is this coming from a barrel? And
Yeah.
you're just grabbing a handful of it and running
Definitely,
upstairs?
yeah.
Yeah, this seems safe.
Oh
They-
yeah.
Good.
They definitely wouldn't know if anyone went missing. It's just in the giant...
Okay, so that's
Got a bag of holding.
your
So you can
cannon
just stick the barrel in the bag.
tutorial. And who else? We went through
Put some
everyone. We
gold
went through
down.
everyone.
The helms. I'm on the helm.
Oh, the helm. There we go. Okay, so Nyrex, you go up to the helm with Dallin, and he relieves the captain and takes the wheel, and you kind of shadow him for an hour or so, and he kind of shows you, like, this is how we turn. This is port. This is starboard, and this is how we turn. And it takes the movements of the ship take. It's not a immediate reaction. You know, you steer, and then you get the wind pulling the ship through the water. So there's a little bit of a lag between the time you turn the wheel. The response time is a little slower than say steering a cart and a horse.
All right, I think I got this now. You want me to drive?
Sure. He'll hand the wheel over to you and kind of shadow you, and you can make a performance check, see how well you do on your first time out.
Performance. Uh-oh.
Nyrax, take the wheel.
That's a 7. We're on the rocks.
Yeah, well, there's no rocks here. We're out in the middle of the ocean here. But he'll kind of gently correct you and kind of be like, oh, a little bit this way. Whoa, no, that's a little bit too far, and kind of steer you back on track. You know, it's not like he's teaching you maps and headings, just kind of how to keep it going in the same direction, right?
You sure this wouldn't be an animal handling?
For what kind of animal?
I don't know. It was once a living tree. That's not a boat.
Oh, sure.
Survival check, probably.
Well,
Is there
trees aren't
any
wood.
ivory on the wheel that used to be an animal?
Yeah. I could.
Hey, you signed up for this. You said you had an aptitude for this, so
Just give me a mate. Just a minute, mate. I'll watch you for a while.
okay. So you spend some more time. You can see that it's a collaboration where he's shouting orders to different crew members. Let some sail out. Let some more sail. Bring this in, and it's a whole team of people coordinating together to make this happen. And you pick up on some more cues. That could be something that goes to the sails. You could be the guy letting the sails in and out, and more speed and less speed and that kind of thing.
Maybe at some point I can use my proficiency.
What your animal handling?
No, for my performance.
Okay, so for the people, like everyone now has learned a skill. You now have spent some time in all of these areas shadowing the different crew members. You can now add your proficiency to your rolls. Mechanic I was going to use for that.
There is vehicle proficiency for like boats and stuff.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm saying just your proficiency bonus you can add to your roll, but if you try and do someone else's job, then you don't get to add your proficiency. You're only proficient in these areas that you've been assigned to.
+3 right now.
Yeah, it's just +3. It's at the very top.
For me, at least, it's right here.
Yeah, if you can argue that there's a different skill check to make, then fine, but I'm not going to buy, oh, this tree used to be a part of a living animal, so I should roll animal handling.
I think the navigation portion would be survival.
Okay.
That's a good point, yeah.
Okay. I like that.
Awesome. Thank you, Meridoc.
Okay. So you travel on, and I need Crow's Nest to make a roll. This is where it starts. This is what you got to see.
This is just a perception check?
Yes.
Uh, 24.
Okay. Okay, you see some bad weather rolling in.
Bad weather incoming! Everybody, there's weather and it's bad.
Okay.
In what direction? Over that way, just over there, wherever the fuck that is.
That port or starboard there, Mary?
Starboard. Starboard.
Over in the starport.
Yeah.
Juicy fruit.
Got a watermelon explosion happening coming in.
When I'm up in the crow's nest, I'm with that guy, right?
Yeah.
So I just point it out. And
Yeah.
you say the thing you're supposed to
Yeah.
say. It's right there.
Right. Okay.
Can't Nyrax use Druidcraft to...
To determine the weather for the
Yeah.
next 24 hours? But it would have been at the location the ship was when he cast the spell.
Right.
That's true.
Right. And the ship's moving. Okay, so we got some weather coming in. We're going to have to batten down the hatches.
Ooh,
I assume that's me.
Yep.
that means getting out of the crow's nest, right?
No, that's this guy.
That means I close all the hatches.
Strap yourself
Yeah.
in.
I'm strapping.
9 plus 3, so 12.
Okay, and then we can, you will follow.
Whatever I can strap. I'll strap anything.
You will follow
onto
with
me or-
lifeline, and you're going to pull
Each
in the
set of
sails. You're going to tie them down, and you're going to close all the different hatches in the boat so that it's a sealed unit. And if there's bad weather, that we're not taking on unnecessary water. So now roll for all your knots. Say a survival check. You're tying these things down. I mean, I will
Oh,
roll
no.
as lifeline. Okay.
Throwing those dice out now?
Yeah, I figure it is pretty bad. I'm gonna say, as lifeline, I'm gonna be like, no, silly, do it like this, and he will, like, you've just dropped a few pegs in his books as far as, I'm gonna have to keep an eye on this guy now. He doesn't do what I tell him to, and you know, he's retying all of your knots, and like one slips, and then you're like, see, and so you've now lost some status with lifeline. He's not really happy about that.
He goes and scratches you behind your ear.
Okay.
Don't be
Not so well acquainted now.
Okay, let's have the cook do his thing. We're doing a shift change here, and
Potato Falls.
you.
Just so you know, I got some epic music playing while you cook.
Nice. Okay, so that's it. I've had enough of you. You go take 5 and get some grub.
Okay.
Okay, you have to eat whatever they cook.
Potatoes and 12.
Okay, you roll a 12 for your cooking.
Yeah.
Okay, make a roll for your cooking.
You said performance?
Yeah.
21.
Okay.
Yeah.
What dish do you create out of the very meager food supply that the cook has?
So it's sort of like stepping away from the room with all of the crates in it and like sort of like taking a half a step back and looking back at it.
Lamb chops.
Looking at the sheet and like running over to the cook and sort of like seeing the spread of whatever it is, any sort of dried meats, some herbs, anything green. I'm just gonna sort of like mush it all together, cut up a couple of potatoes, throw it in a pot, run back over into the room, just throw it like on the fire, just like let it do its thing for a little bit. Go back, check it out, everything seems okay still. Go back, do a little bit of a taste, check it out, stir it up a little bit, and be like, yeah, that seems about right.
Yeah, the chief will say, hey, the captain says that these sheep here, these are our sheep, and we're reselling them when we get to Baldur's Gate. So, you know, like, not for the crew, but we're definitely going to slaughter some of these
We want
for the...
some meat?
Not for the crew, but, you know, for the captain and for the officers, yeah, we could probably make something lamb.
And for fine.
Oh, all right. That's...
You know, for later.
Yeah. Perfect.
Okay,
That's
so
good to know.
So you get potatoes and greens, mashed greens.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like slop,
it's
but
a
taste
stew.
it. Go ahead,
It's-
taste it.
Taste it.
Okay.
Better roll contact.
No, it was. You would have if this was if this was slop, then you would have. But you're fine. You get energized. You don't feel not so bad about. You feel better that you're down below decks, where it's not pouring rain on you. You know, like it's the weather's coming in and things are getting nasty up top. Mary, even though it's raining, even though we still need eyes up in the sky up there, so you have to endure the cold and the weather.
Okay, I'm trapping myself in.
Okay.
Whatever that means.
Put your robes over
Multiple
the
robes.
over the bucket,
The
and then
robes.
it'll just kind of pour right off. Right?
It'd be a kite.
And
Might fly away.
to the crow's nest. Okay.
A new friend that you've made. is
Okay,
very
Nyrex.
comfortable with you now.
Nyrex, I need you to make
Just kind
a
of peeking out one of the armholes.
Nyrex. I need you to make a check. You need to steer the boat away from this storm, or you're gonna get into the thick of it.
That's a 14.
And what kind of skill did you use for that one?
Survival.
Okay, good. 14. Okay. I'm gonna say you're not in the heart of the storm, but it's still you haven't steered out of it yet. And
Damn wind.
yeah, you're struggling against this wind, and the rain is now beating down harder. Who else have we got here? Okay, I need
Who's from Quantum?
who's Dagger and No one else is helping Dagger on the sails.
No.
I mean, Lifeline was.
Yes, Lifeline is trying to do double duty there. But you're standing up on top of the boat, or you're down below?
Well, I was in the gun deck part.
Okay. If he sees you, you're going to get volunteered.
Sure, yeah.
That's a crit.
Sure, yeah.
You, get up here. We need someone to tie. Here, hold this line. Now you can make a roll.
Strong man.
Yes.
What is this?
Survival.
Shoot the storm.
No.
You guys are useless. We're going to get anybody who can just hold a line.
It's better than a nat 1. It's better than a nat 1.
Right, what was Dagger's useful? The one.
Yeah.
Failed.
Okay, so you can hold the line. You're not much for knots. I'll just hold it.
I just create Mage Hand and just have the hand hold the line, so I don't have to do anything.
I don't want to touch that line.
10 pounds of pressure.
10? Yeah, it's not much.
I think it's 5, isn't it?
It would just
Yeah, the hand goes, and the line is like flapping out there.
Fine.
Just fly up there, or they use your godly powers.
Not in my repertoire right
And
now.
the storm.
Okay, Nyrix, make another roll. See if you can steer us out of this storm.
I'll save us all. Oh, that's better. That's a 21.
Okay, 21. Before you can get clear of the storm, everyone makes Constitution saving throw.
Ugh, I failed.
You're at the top, going just like
Vomiting all over
25.
Sniff survives.
I got a 20. I think it's the potatoes.
And now we're actually got a 13.
Yeah,
It was that
Varn
herb he
got
put
it.
in. I think they got that out of his personal stash, that herb.
He puts gunpowder in all the food.
Teethnoth, what was your Constitution?
The good stuff?
Okay, so just Mary. Everyone else makes their save.
Just stick your ass up the hatch.
Mary's blowing chunks from the crow's nest. Like, it's just...
Oh.
I'm just imagining him
Just
like
like
in a cloak.
someone
just
walking.
Like oh!
Dexterity check.
But there's enough rain and splashing up onto the deck that it's not like chunks everywhere. It's like there's chunks and then it washes away, and then there's more chunks. And it
Gets in
washes
someone's
away.
hair.
The wind would be blowing most of it all
Yeah.
over the place.
Like,
It's
just
everywhere.
All over the sails.
Someone gets it slapped right in their
Jackson
face.
Pollock, like a Rorschach test.
What does that look like?
Okay,
Vomit.
and then Nyrex with your 21, you're able to steer the ship with Dallin's help, and you circumvent the side of this storm, and it's blowing you a little bit off course, but he estimates that you should still, we'll make up that time later and tomorrow. We'll have good weather, and we'll make up that time.
Sounds good.
Okay, so we'll call this the first day, and we'll have another watch. It doesn't have to be quite as in depth unless you guys want it to be.
The only thing I'm doing is a while ago, Nirax gave me a ring of water breathing, and I don't know what it does, but I'm attuning to it.
Okay.
It's a damn good place to be attuned to this fucking thing.
Yeah, yesterday.
Yeah.
But now, because of your ordeal at the top of the, you're like,
I've got to figure this shit out here.
This has definitely become top of my priority list. Okay. Anyone else got something they want to do? So this is your first night with the crew on the ship.
Oh.
Because last night you were in port and all the crew were not on the ship. So you can see that it's like tight quarters.
I'm gonna go somewhere private, and he's gonna cast invisibility on me.
We'll go into like our quarters. And
I
just
could-
like close the door.
Just the two of you?
I
Yeah,
could
it
question
doesn't
the
matter.
captain. I could question the captain while we're.
Oh, your mouth's full the whole time.
Hey,
It'd be like you at the dentist.
hey,
It'd be like you at the dentist. Hey, what did you
As
get?
a reptile, as a reptile, I have a cloaca, so.
No.
So, you guys want to do this stealth mission thing together?
Are we all aware of this?
Oh, I'm not doing any stealthing. I'm just enabling.
You're an enabler.
Yes.
Are we all aware of this, Dagger, or is it just you and Art?
Just me and Art.
Okay.
Yep, just Orlear and Dagger.
Yes, sure.
Okay, I'll get to you in a second. Let's just do this, pan this out, see how this goes. Okay, so this is first watch, call it.
Okay.
And you just want to sneak around the ship
Yeah.
to any of the crew that are awake.
I just want to investigate invisibly what people are saying and doing, and I want to pay attention to the sheep as well. If I see anything weird about the sheep while I'm invisible.
Okay. You can investigate the sheep, but I would like a perception check for listening to the crew.
Okay.
So this is sheep.
Sure. This perception or investigation?
Investigation.
That would be actually a 12. Investigation 0.
Okay. And your perception for the crew.
Would he have advantage because he's invisible?
Yes. You would definitely have advantage. You're invisible.
Okay, 20.
Okay. So you sneak around. On the level that you're on, the sheep are just at the front there, and you sneak over there. You see the other guys guarding the gold or whatever. You sneak right past them; they don't even see you, and
I might see
you might see them. Actually, I was just gonna say that. Even invisible, this guy who rolls a 30 might.
He might hear.
Yeah, hear or see
a wet paw print.
Wet paw print.
Yeah.
Something like
And you notice, you know who it is. You know what's going on here.
Just Dagger being Dagger.
Yeah, he's going after those sheep again. Okay, so you investigate the sheep. The sheep look like they all have the farmer's mark on their ear. But they have been sold to the captain here. And
I imagine if we got together, I probably would have given that information, but we're going to be eating some meat.
Okay, yeah. You can share that information with the crew, or with your crew. You see the painted mark the silver, it's still there on every sheep. You don't notice anything weird about the sheep as far as this smells like it could be a shape changer.
When next time I'm down there, I could cast detect magic.
If you're available.
If I'm available.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then with your 20 perception, you overhear the crew, and they're pretty vulgar. They are at sea. They have a certain way about them. But they're, as far as all the conversations you hear from the crew, none of them seem to be in the loop about any privy secret information. Like, they're all just the crew. Then you make your way to the officers' quarters. And you start to, being that you haven't heard anything from the crew, you're like, okay, well, obviously this is private information. I'm going to just hang out a little bit longer here with the officers, invisibly. Maybe they'll slip up and tell me something. I'm going to let that 20 influence this roll, but I'd like another roll.
advantage?
Yeah.
Good thing. 21.
Okay. So the Master at Arms and the first mate are in the room together, and they're talking about how, oh yeah, we're gonna have lamb later, and the crew don't get any. It's just for us, and don't tell anyone because this is there's not these sheep are for sale, right? We can't just eat all these sheep, but captain, and we're gonna have this meal later, and it's just gonna be us. So don't tell anyone, and know that we're gonna sell these sheep for like 3 times the price that we bought. We're gonna make a killing on this job. Like after this, we'll probably be able to get ships for the first mate and the Master at Arms.
Mm-hmm.
The cook, who also has a sleeping quarters here in the officers' area, but most of the time he sleeps down in the kitchen because he's so busy. But he does have a bunk where there's like some of his stuff in the officers' quarters. He's of that rank, the cook doesn't sleep with the crew. He sleeps with the officers in their quarters, but he still is down in the galley, locked. So you notice that they're tight. That the Master at Arms and the first mate are close, and that if anything, they would probably get a ship together, right? Like, Dallin, he's pretty full of himself, and he doesn't really need a captain. He could run the ship himself. But he does agree with the captain and the decisions that he's made, and the kind of ship that he runs, and making coin, and he has no problems with it. He doesn't disagree with the captain. He just thinks he could probably run it better and make more money and run a tighter ship. His duties are to run the ship, whereas the captain just owns the ship. And so, boy, he'd be out of luck if he didn't have a first mate. And I mean, if I was better role player, I would role play every conversation. But I think for me to describe it to you, just to give you the gist of this conversation that you listen in on, this is a far more effective way to just tell you straight up, this is how it's going down. And as you leave the room, you're done listening in, I need you to make a dexterity check, see if you bump something or they spot something.
Great.
Okay, you're free and clear. And the door doesn't even click when you slip through it. Like you just gone like a fart in the wind. That's what you learn on your adventure. You come back and tell everybody, or is it secret information you keep to yourself?
No, just keep it to myself.
Okay.
Doesn't really. Yeah.
Doesn't really affect.
And why don't we take a short break, because I need something to drink. Okay, we ready to hit the high seas?
Yeah.
Day 2.
Aye.
Well, first day's the hardest, boys. I think we got this.
Mm-hmm.
Almost halfway there.
Yeah.
Are you attuned to your ring now?
Yeah, I got the ring of water breathing all.
Was there anything else that, okay, they did something on their long rest or their watch. Was there anything else anyone else wanted to do on their watch?
Yes.
I'm just hanging out with Keith Claus in his bubble. If he lets me.
Well,
I want to roll con. Ooh, and that 20.
Oh, God.
as long as I don't attack,
Another guy
cast a
joins
spell,
in.
I don't become visible, right?
For 1 hour. Which
So
I would have
I
told
could go
you.
tie knots like crazy, invisible. So when what's his name is working
Lifeline?
I'm going to untie the knots when he turns around.
On his shift while he's
shift.
at night.
So you're just gonna like
What?
tie a knot and just like untie it so it just goes tunk.
Yeah.
Okay, you're going to mess with him?
Are you going to
Yeah.
kill us all?
No,
That's
no,
what I
no.
want to know.
No. It's not storming anymore, is it?
No, you steered away from the storm.
Stormy Daniels.
But he's still like, he has a shift during the night, and
Yeah.
you can You can creep him and troll him if you want. You got to make a roll for your survival to see how well you do with the knots, even though you're just untying them.
Yeah. That's 12.
Okay, and then roll for your stealth with advantage because you're invisible.
Ooh, 27.
He's having a hard time that night. No one
You
else
don't-
sees, but he just can't figure out why he's been on the seas his whole life, and these knots he can tie in his sleep, and he's tying these knots, and then he's going to turn, and then something falls behind him, and he goes back and he looks, and it's just mind-boggling to him.
He thinks he's going insane.
There's a little bit of craziness going on in his brain. Gord, you were saying something?
Oh, I was just gonna say, is it like we're gonna try to turn away from danger tomorrow, and a rope that's supposed to be tied isn't?
Yeah, sails are gonna fall down or something.
Hey, if you want that to happen, I think I know a guy who could make that happen.
Everybody looks at me.
I'm gonna.
I mean, who would walk into a town and stab the first person they see?
Yeah, I mean, who would lose a lake?
Yeah.
No.
Lose a lake.
How would you lose a lake?
Okay, anyone else want to do anything on their watch?
I'm gonna cast lesser restoration on myself, so I'm not puking anymore.
Okay, that works.
I want to investigate all the stores to see if there's any loose tarps or someone hiding under a tarp or in a crate. If there's a loose top on a crate, I'll see if there's a loose top.
On the main deck?
And all the storage areas down below.
Okay. Okay, you can roll your investigation.
I see nothing with the 4.
Okay. You're welcome.
Yeah, I got distracted hearing noises from the captain's quarters.
What the hell was that?
He's doing his job.
Jack.
Everyone has a task.
Okay, the next morning,
I'm gonna spend some more time cooking as everybody's sort of winding down, make sure that everybody has some food. Just sort of like schmoozing with Chief a little bit to make sure that when that butchering happens, that there's some meat sent our way.
that you're on shift.
Yeah.
When that happens.
So, offering my blade, I rolled a 22 for my sort of cooking through and helping out, making sure that the limited supplies are being used the best that they can. Really,
I think with the rolls that you've done and the kind of food that you're putting out is the top-notch stuff. The chief, he never gets a break. He's the only cook. And now that you've come on board and you're helping, he actually gets some rack time, and he actually can, rely on you to cook some of the meals and, trade off with him. And he's just loving this. And he's like, look, man, if you keep this up, I'll make sure that you get some of these lamb rations when I get the signal. Okay.
fantastic. Yeah, anything I can do to help. If you need a hand butchering some of them, I have a little bit of experience with that, so I can help you out with that as well.
Okay. I'll keep you in the loop. Yeah, you've made some gains there, whereas Dagger not so much.
I just like the idea of you slowly driving this old man insane.
Tell me I'm bad one more time. One more time.
Okay.
You
Orlear.
just tie the knot to him. He's
I am your god.
Okay, so the next morning.
wow, that's dark.
We kill the sheep now. We kill all the sheep now.
Okay, so the next morning, the Master at Arms is going to call for a munitions check, and Varn, you've emerged from the captain's quarters, and
the musk den.
You've had some food, and you've
Protein shake.
His protein shake.
You're now asked to go with Orlear to do an ammunitions check. You want to inspect the gunpowder and the cannonballs and the actual cannons themselves. They all need to be inspected and oiled.
I make sure I go down the stairs very slowly. I'm too full for this.
Okay.
What is the gestation period on a kobold?
1 week.
So Spitz will.
I'm pretty jealous he's not with the captain anymore.
Spitz will accompany you.
Oh boy, it hurt.
Oh, that's bad.
Okay.
Yep. It's a routine maintenance thing. You didn't fire the cannons. They don't really need cleaning, but they need maintenance, and they need to be able to work when you need them to work. So, make your check.
What is the check?
We're gonna call this. What are we gonna call this?
Could I use my intelligence for myself from, I don't know, knowing how to do this? Like, I don't know.
Have you done this before?
I believe Varn would, well, not specifically with these cannons and stuff, but
to a smaller scale. This is just scaled up.
yeah.
Okay, you can use your intelligence. What do you want to use?
Nothing.
Nothing?
Orlear
Make
would
a straight
never-
roll then.
Oh, nat 20.
12.
Okay, you can add your proficiency because you've
15.
been trained with this. 15 and crit. Okay, so Spitz sees that you've learned the things that he's instructed you to do, and you're doing them well. And he oversees. He's getting a little more trusting that you at least can handle the weapon, and that he will trust you to use it when the time comes that you might need to use it. You know, I don't need to hold your hand anymore. You know which way the cannon shoots, and you're able to keep it clean and keep it the powder dry. So you've gone up rank in his eyes as far as I can trust that you guys know what you're doing. I don't need to babysit you anymore. Okay?
Sure, yeah.
Okay. You don't want this responsibility?
That's fine. Yeah.
Gonna give me that sass?
Uh-huh. I'm just gonna entrust this guy who's been one day on a ship with the gunpowder and.
Wasn't your ward learning whatever you're learning too? So he is playing with the cannons then.
Mm-hmm.
We should roll how he does.
Yeah, how does Seth do?
Nat 1. Nat 1.
5.
Blows out his hand.
Boom.
Let's see him losing here.
Hey, you keep an eye on that guy, okay?
Absolutely.
You, I trust you. Him, he's a liability.
Yep.
And I'm holding you personally responsible.
Sure, and yeah, we'll go with that. I won't talk back. We're in the middle of the sea. I can't get to shore. Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Dagger, you report to Lifeline, and he's had just the most frustrating night. I couldn't figure it out. Just retie all these knots.
I figure I've had some practice now, and I've watched him enough that I should have gained a little bit of proficiency in this.
Well, you can add your proficiency to it, yes.
Nat 20.
Nat 20.
So, he's shocked. He is absolutely shocked. He's like, what, did you stay up all night tying knots? Like,
No, just untying him.
maybe that was it. You studied them enough, untying them, that you're like, oh, the rabbit goes in the hole.
Around the tree.
Okay. So...
DM question for you.
Yep.
Are we sailing parallel to the coast within visibility of the coast?
No. No. You are sailing parallel to the coast, but not within visibility of the coast.
Okay.
You want to ask the captain why?
Yeah, I want to ask. I'll ask Dalen. I said, how come we're not closer to the coast?
Okay. Dalen will say, look, there are certain dangers that we're trying to avoid, and it's just safer for us to travel, a little bit further away from the coastline. And, it's no problem for us sailors. We know where we're going.
All right.
Aye.
Okay.
Only one eye.
Yeah, the other eye dead.
Yeah.
Nyrex, you can make a roll for your navigation for keeping the boat on course.
It's 18.
Okay. You must have learned something yesterday. This is you're doing much better, and you've earned a little respect from Dallin, and you haven't questioned his authority, and he lets you steer for a little while by yourself. And I need the crow's nest to make a perception check. Deadeye, what do you see up there?
What?
It's you.
I was perceiving everything.
Except when being called dog. What?
I do my perception check. Oh, not 20. 29. Plus
course.
D4.
Of course. A million.
Oh, only 30.
Only a dirty 30.
I'm very disappointed in the
You see a kraken on the other side of the world.
Yeah.
And it sees you.
You
see your
you
death.
said that's you, and that didn't even fucking help me.
Said it
I
twice.
was just like, yeah, okay.
That's me. Yeah, I'm fully. That's me.
Yeah.
You're right. Okay.
I was staring at you like...
Okay, with your 30, you see that you are on course to... that there are a group of birds that are circling, that are directly in your path. And they are, well, let's say maybe 500, well, I'm going to stick with feet so that everything stays in feet. Maybe they're 500 feet north. No, you're headed south. South. So, it's in a direct path to where your ship is going.
I will yell that out. Birds, hose!
Birds, hose.
Birds and hoes!
Birds, hose!
Hose?
Everybody pays attention.
Yeah, no kidding.
Hose in these waters?
They're Aarakocra. They're Aarakocra.
Harpies!
And I'm pointing and I'm gesturing.
Okay.
I'll say to Dalen that Mary sees something over there.
Are you gesturing?
Just pointing. Hose!
What kind of gesture do you give? Whoa. Okay, so with your 30, it's high enough not only to see that there are birds, but from your position that you can see that the birds, from their height, can see something in the water.
Birds are circling a thing in the water.
Dalen, should we go around it or through it?
Well, this could be good for us. We might have stumbled across something that we can salvage or loot. But what else do you see up there? Like, is it moving?
I'll ask him. Yeah, how big is that crow's nest?
The crow's nest is small, but it's probably like 80 feet in the air.
Okay.
It's a large mast, and so he's way up there.
Okay. I'll yell up to Mary. You see anything else?
Do I see any movement in the water?
You give it a minute, and you notice that there is more than one thing. There's two things.
Multiple objects!
And they seem to be together at a moment where you first saw them, and now they're kind of circling around, and there's two shadows in the water out in front, and the birds are kind of they're picking. They kind of split to follow these two objects.
Multiple bogeys! On the starboards!
I think we should go around, Dalen.
You
Navigate around!
so you're calling to
Danger.
Nyrex?
Danger! I'm just calling.
You're calling to everyone.
I don't know what this
You're like,
I don't know what the fuck's happening. We're all gonna die!
There's some shadows in the water.
Dallin will ring the alarm. If all of this is being shouted out to him and to everyone,
Yep.
this to him triggers as there's something not right here.
Hard to starboard!
And yeah, he will signal the alarm, and Nyrex, you can turn hard to starboard, and everyone needs to be on deck and ready to go. Action stations and roll initiative.
What?
There's not anything happening, but I want to see everybody, like, where are you at as far as getting to your action station?
Am I already in my
You're
action
like,
station?
I'm cooking.
I'm
good.
running to the gold.
Nesting!
Okay, I'll just write it down here to see how well you react to this action, call to action.
Well, if I heard an alarm, I would.
Yeah, there's a bell ringing on
I
deck.
would go straight to the goal.
Okay. What is your initiative?
Not much. 15.
Okay.
Not much, that's pretty good.
Oh my goodness.
Here.
Okay.
Set up in here?
I'm like, you are Becker, and so I should write down Becker's thing, not Spencer, and so I wrote down Kriv. Yeah. Got a little confused there. Okay, so around the horn here, Ray, what did you
16.
get? 16. Mary.
13.
Okay, Varn.
11 for Varn, 5 for Sniv.
Orlear and Seth.
I'm just looking up what Seth's. I rolled for Seth
Oh, you
already.
rolled for him? Okay.
Orlear got 18, and Seth got 12.
I will let Seth go on your initiative.
Okay.
Immediately following you. And
Okay.
Niv will go on your initiative immediately following you. So that takes those two out of.
Okay.
What did Barn get?
Good enough.
11, yeah.
Orlear got 18.
Okay. Gord. Nyrex. What does Nyrex get for his initiative?
15.
And Dex versus Keith's Dex.
I'm a +2.
+3.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're
The house we were working on in the office, that arch thing.
Yeah.
okay.
Turned out really good.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I was a +1.
So Orlear, Seth, you
Are
hear
you back?
the alarm bells are ringing.
They tied in, there was a
At
door
this point,
kick
you're
in the-
you're either on deck or you come to deck to see what the commotion's
I'll
about.
be on like top deck.
Okay.
Oh, it's bad.
And Seth is there. You're up to this point. You're just taking in the sea air,
Mm-hmm.
and now there's alarm bells ringing, and you don't sure. Mary was shouting down from the crow's nest. What's from where you're standing? It doesn't look like anything. the vision that you can see, the water just looks clear, and there's a couple of birds up ahead. And like it's you've seen this all the whole time. It's nothing abnormal or weird, but from your perspective and with your sight, you saw way more, and you're concerned. Is there anything that you do at this point?
I just would have been on top deck.
Okay, Mary.
Am I supposed to stay up here, or is that my...
That's your job. That's your post.
Okay, I'm going to tie myself to the post.
Okay, again, standard
Literally.
standard formation. I take my robes and I tie them all around.
Yeah, I have a rope, so I'll start tying a rope to myself
Okay.
so I can't fall out of this.
Make your survival check. See how well that rope, that knot is.
Maybe the rope has shrunk around the bucket by now, and he's stuck there now
No, it's a
permanently.
different day.
He talked.
It's, I think it's a 19.
Okay. You're
Yeah.
confident that this knot that Deadeye taught you, this is gonna hold. Deadeye doesn't tie himself off. Come on.
Did he tie it last night?
Oh, I just tied it just now.
Oh.
But I'm 80 feet above everybody else.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
got the climbability.
Keith Noss,
I can't use half my
you
shit,
run to
but-
the gold,
Yep.
and you just hear the alarm bells that are 2 decks above you. Right? You're down on this deck. Oh, it's not 2. So
Yeah.
yes, you're on this deck. There's the gun deck, and then that's the main deck. So it's loud enough for everyone to hear, but you're not sure what it is. There's a commotion.
Is there a lot of traffic on this deck, or is everybody just going straight up?
On your deck, no. Anyone who was on your deck, as soon as the bells are rung, they're up the stairs. Not all of them go to the top. Some of them, their post, their action station is on the gun deck, but none of them are left on the that's your cargo hold level, right? That's where you are here. Okay,
Orlop deck.
that what it's called?
Yeah.
Orloff.
Orlop. O-R-L-O-P.
Okay, Orloff.
Orloy, maybe?
What is the
Nyrex. Nyrex. It's your initiative. Are you with us?
Yeah, I'm here.
Something? Okay,
Or
so on your initiative, you're going to turn to starboard.
And I turn to starboard and I'll say red of the port side cannons.
Oh, you're going to shout out orders.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, and Dallin's standing right there, and he looks over at you like, "Excuse me."
Sucker punch him down.
Oh my goodness.
I'll just look over to him and say, hold my beer.
Okay, Dagger,
yeah.
where are you?
Well, I'm working the riggings.
Okay, and what do you do on your turn initiative right now? What's happening? What are you doing?
I'm making sure everything is ship shape.
He's hoisting the mainsail and
Yeah.
trimming the jib and
Yeah, well, the thing is though, you haven't been given any orders
After
yet.
the aft snapped.
Right.
Yeah.
You haven't been given any orders yet, but you've been called to action stations,
Yeah.
and Lifeline has, where those are,
Yeah.
where you need to be in the case of a call to action. Are you towing the line? Are you
Yeah, I'm there with Lifeline.
your ship shape?
Yeah.
Okay. And Varn and Sniv.
We slowly walk out of the captain's quarters, like, what the hell is going on? Like, fucking cannons! And I run over to the cannons.
Okay, so your action station's on the gun deck or on the main deck?
The gun deck.
Okay, that's the second level there.
Oh, sorry, I meant the main deck so I can actually see
Okay.
things that are happening.
Okay, you're on the main deck with the cannons on the upper deck there.
And I'll just have Sniv helping me arm the cannons.
Okay. Okay, at this point, you see from the crow's nest, you can see that these two these two shadowy images or in the water are circling around, and it looks like even though the ship is now moving, it's turning starboard, and whether or not the portside cannons are being readied is because the order didn't come from the first mate or the captain, it came from this new guy. But you see that these two shadowy things are moving fast, and they look like they're coming around, circling around from two different directions at this ship.
I'll shout that out as well as we can.
Okay.
Keep everyone appraised of what's going on.
Okay.
Are we sure these aren't just like dolphins or something?
Nope.
How big are they?
How big are they? I estimate how big they are and shout that out.
Okay.
Keep in mind, it was a 30.
Yes. Yes.
26.3 inches long.
They are quite large.
Oh, damn. 26.3 feet long.
I would say, how big is the ship?
Big.
The ship is
big.
very big. Say they're a quarter of the length of the ship.
Oh, shit.
So if the ship is 100 feet long,
They're like 25 feet.
Yeah.
Okay.
but the ship is probably 100 feet long.
Yeah. It's probably.
Yeah.
It's okay.
It'd be bigger, actually.
Okay.
Where's Nyrex?
Orlear and Seth.
Yeah.
We're back to the top of the order.
Yeah.
But before I have you do anything, the crew, they all are like moving to their places and positions, and Dallin's gonna shout out, "Belay that!" And his crew knows what he's talking about because they only take orders from him. And just because this new guy is at the wheel,
I also don't listen to Nyrax either, so
Yeah.
it's okay.
Nyrex, you have no authority here just because you got your hands on the wheel. But this is just this is the commands that are shouted, and Dallin's taking control of the situation here and be like, look here now, you toe the line or I'll throw you in the brig.
I'll say, oh yeah, it's all yours. I'll take the wheel, and I'm gonna run over to the port side railing.
Okay, you can do that on your initiative.
Okay.
Orlear and Seth, Dallin was going to say, let's man those cannons.
Okay.
Let's load them up and have Spitz get the rest of the crew and get the rest of the cannons loaded.
Good call, Dalen.
That's what I was going to say.
Didn't I just say that?
Okay, and
yeah, I will. Since I can't see anything, I'll start loading some cannons.
okay, on the main deck.
Yeah.
And Seth's going to help,
Sure, yeah.
right? Be like, here
I'm
you
not
go.
really strong either.
I'll hold
so-
the flashlight. I'm just here to
Yeah.
right help. Varn, you're beside each other, but on opposite ends of the initiative. So like their first initiative, your last initiative, but you're kind of going together as far as the turn order goes. So you can be helping with that as well.
Okay.
And, the order's given out. You guys start moving now like clockwork, like you've been trained. Let's get this all loaded up. There's a certain amount of time that you have to load these cannons and get them loaded. I need you to make a roll to see how many you can have loaded.
Use the good powder.
We'd have to run down to get that.
But there's only one extra action, right?
Sure, to load it, but you don't
you
have it
move
on
it,
hand right
yeah.
here.
What the hell? Why the hell's it underneath?
Well,
Do you
it's
think I stayed down low?
okay.
Imagine if it's a dragon and it starts breathing fire on the boat and just the whole bottom of the boat just incinerates.
We're dead anyway.
below water.
Dragon.
Okay, so let's make a roll. I'll say you can both roll a d6, and this is how many
dragon
cannons.
turtles? We're also
This
dead.
is how many cannons you can get loaded
5.
prior to the commence of this battle.
3. Do we add in like sniv or that's with both of us?
This is total cannons. Maybe place a marker on here to say which cannons get loaded. So of the cannons that you rolled that get loaded, not just you yourself, but you guiding the rest of the crew who his action station is the gun deck.
You rolled 3.
I rolled a 3, so 3 plus 5, 6, 7, 8.
8. So you got 8 cannons total. Show me which ones are loaded.
All the ones I think on the top first. Right
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, 3, right?
And then one on
Is
either
it
side below.
it's D6, not D12, or is it?
Yeah, there's just
put
markers.
that as
They're just markers.
Okay.
Use D12s because you don't roll them.
Nobody uses them. Yeah.
No barbarians in this group.
You only really use them for also what's it called? Toll of the Dead. I love that spell so much.
Or
I have one spell with a range more than 90 feet. So I'm pretty much
Right, but these, like I was saying, they're coming in. So
Yeah.
you saw them at like 500,
Yeah.
and they're maybe now closing 400, 350. Like they're moving in.
yeah.
But this is just the prep time here. How
And
much
I'm
can
90 feet above everybody.
Yep.
So even if they're fighting on the deck, I have one spell.
Oh, that you can reach the deck? with?
Yes.
Okay.
There.
But it's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Guiding bolt.
You got it. Oh.
Non-stop guiding bolt.
Okay. Okay, so you've got. Do we place markers out there?
place some markers there. Which
Oh.
ones are you
Yeah.
loading?
Which ones are you loading? So those top cannons, those 6, and then
Let's just do.
One on either side.
One on
Yeah.
the opposite side. Yeah, on the
Okay.
opposite of that.
okay, there we go.
Perfect.
Okay, so that's what you've got loaded with the crew's help in prep time before we're moving into things a little faster here. Because I'd like to say that. Let's see. Okay, so they're like now 400 feet from the boat, approximately. I'll give you another round before we move into actions. Like, I'll give you another whole round. If you guys want to do anything else, you guys can load more cannons. Anything else you want to do on your turn for another round?
So
Nyrex.
if
It's
they're
not
like
necessary to know
yelling
that they're-
and saying
You're
load
back.
the cannons on the gun deck and
Yep.
everything, I want to go down to the storage and get some of the good stuff
Okay, you go for the good powder.
and run it up to them.
Okay, I'll say that happens. So on these cannons, because of your action to assist with, oh, I hear something's going on, I'm bringing up some good powder.
Assuming that there was no other sort of commotion on the deck where the boat is.
No.
So yeah, I will go
So-
get some good powder.
There's no like scoop for the good powder. You have to like bring up a keg. And this keg will supply this round's worth of good powder cannons.
Make a deck save when you go down and cross the bottom.
Oh shit!
There's ball
Oh man.
Wasn't there only one ball bearing?
It only takes one.
It's a 6 plus 6 for 12.
What's the DC on your ball bearings?
I think it's like a 11 or something.
I think it's low.
Oh, it is. I wouldn't be surprised if it's like 11.
And you know, by this time they probably would have rolled, but they're still down there.
Oh, you know what? I don't have the ball bearings anymore. Yeah, I left them behind somewhere. Sorry.
Okay, well, you made your save.
Yeah, there you go. You made your
It's a
Holding the barrel,
DC.
you didn't dump any.
It's a DC 10, just so you know.
120.
Okay, well, 10 makes a save.
Fireball the
11.
deck of the ship.
Don't aim at the deck of the ship.
Okay, Nyrex, is there something else you want to do? And you got one more round.
The wind.
I'm gonna hold a spell.
You
And
wanna
we're
do-
I'm gonna tell everyone what I'm doing too. I'm gonna try to cast Animal Friendship when they get within 30 feet.
Okay.
and I'm telling people that.
Okay.
So hold your attacks to see if this works.
What if they're not hostile?
Well, then they'll be very friendly.
You're gonna cast it when they get within 30 feet of you.
Yeah.
Hey, Varn, can you catch
Okay.
me? I jump?
I'd have to jump up and touch your leg and cast Featherfall like that, or
You don't have to cast it. It's a 60-foot range.
Yeah,
Oh,
you don't
okay.
have to touch.
No. That's a no. No, I don't touch that.
But
So-
do you message him that? Like, how do you communicate
I
that
just
to
yell
him?
it down.
I can
And then-
cast Featherfall, but what if I don't catch you in time?
Alright, I'm not fucking touching that. I'm gonna wander this entire fight.
We'll just see what happens.
Should be interesting.
Okay. Dagger, is there another action you want to do before we kick off?
I'll help. I'm gonna go down below deck and load a couple of those cannons. Or load one of them, I guess. That's all I would get, right? No, I'm not gonna bother with that. I'm just gonna.
You're not
What did you roll
proficient
for your
in
D6?
cannons.
Okay, no, I'm just going to.
How many more cannons did we reload?
I rolled 5.
Oh, I rolled a 2.
Okay, so
So
you have 7 cannons with the good powder. So maybe use a D8 for those ones. I don't know. It really should be.
Or D10s, because you don't really.
As long as we know the difference between the two.
So. No, I'm just going to.
5, 6, 8, 7.
I say if you
I'm just gonna stay on duty on my job.
right. So say something that you could do with proficiency is like more sails, or you can increase the speed of the ship if you use your action.
Closer.
Are you wanting to speed it up?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, let's see how effective this is. 5. No help.
Does he slow it down?
No, it's fine. It's the kind of thing where it's like, oh, what if we did this? And then Lifeline's like, no, don't do that. Right? Like you're adding your 2 cents worth, and he's not going to let you wreck what he's already got set up here. As far as the sail's got to be in this direction to catch the wind in just the right way, and you're like trying to change it. He's like, no, don't change it. Just leave it the way I got it set. Okay, so.
You sure you tied that right?
Can I use my action to try to identify what these things are?
Yes.
This last action?
Yes.
New perception check?
Yes.
25 plus 27.
Okay, you get a good look at him. Roll a history check to see if you can put a name to it.
15.
Okay, you are fighting a pair of aboleths.
Oh fuck! I'm staying way at the top.
Up.
I'm gonna. So because I passed the history check, I have a decent, vague knowledge that they're like
Yeah,
some kind of a psychic
They hate.
aberration.
They hate gods. They
I
came
don't
from the
believe-
land 4 times.
I don't believe they are animals.
No,
So,
they're not.
if he's waiting for, I'm gonna wait till the animals are close by.
Yeah, but I don't know that.
No, you don't. But this is something that maybe your
But
history and perception can
Yeah.
tip you off to be like,
That's not an
that's not gonna work.
Yeah. I'll show
Okay.
them. Like,
We're not in Kansas
they're
anymore.
super evil, incredibly powerful, magical aberration being creature things. They're gonna enslave us all.
And here they come.
Here they come.
Okay.
And I'm way in the air.
Okay. I sort of want to leave this as a turn order that's just you guys, and I'll have Dallin kind of help direct, because the crew follows his orders. But pretty much it's going to rely on your guys' rolls and your guys' initiatives to try and either outrun it or fight it or whatever you're gonna do.
Run! You run! Do the run thing! With the
I run. I run.
The do run.
I do run.
Run.
We're not gonna kill these things! Go!
I'm gonna go back down to the kitchen and peel some potatoes.
I've done my job.
You can fly away on your.
Yeah, you got your flying mandolin.
Code word always in tune.
Yep.
That was the activation phrase.
That's what it says.
That's what you say to make it work. Okay, so
Fly straight in the air and just don't stop.
Orlear and Seth. Oh wait, straight up.
Yep.
I don't think that would help with that.
Yeah, it would.
Their mind control doesn't have that great distance.
And technically in D&D, if you go out to space, there's a little pocket of air that follows you. Doesn't last forever, but...
Wait, you have the ring of water breathing?
Yeah.
In a bucket of water? Or
Put me in the bag of holding.
somebody shrinks you down?
Put you in the bag.
Look at him, he was bag holding.
Okay.
For how many episodes?
Like 3.
Yeah.
Just did absolutely nothing for 6 weeks.
That's why
Does not have any mental effects on them.
That's why he's throwing aboleths against us. He's still fucking bigger.
Yeah. I think that one was funny.
Yeah. How about this? How about I enslave you all?
Okay. It's about the range because I've set them so far away and I'd like it to start happening here, but they've got to be able to get to you.
Now that we know they're avarice,
Yeah.
start firing the cannons!
Fuck! Okay, so
Well, but they've been traveling and we've been traveling.
that's right. You've been
So,
headed
like-
towards each other, so the speed is increased at which they can swim towards you because you're headed towards
Well,
them.
I did turn though.
Yeah, but no.
You're still moving.
Yes, that's right. You have now started to turn to the starboard, which is right, which is away from the coastline.
Mm-hmm.
Even though there's no coastline there, you are now headed further out to sea. And that was the part that you did, and that happens, and so you're turning the ship. The part that he belayed was the call to action or the slowed the cannons or whatever, but now that's been happening because we've learned that there's more there's danger in the water. Okay, so these cannons have a range of 200 feet, and we're now approaching that threshold where as you're turning away, they're circling around, and now that 200 feet, they're in range of the cannons on the
Starboard.
port side. You've turned to starboard. You're in range of the cannons on the port side, which is the left side of the boat.
Okay.
And I'm going to leave it up to you guys so that this is your fight and not my fight that I'm just commanding you to do, as to which cannons you fire and how many cannons you fire.
All of them.
All of them.
Yeah.
On both sides.
Yes, just fire everything.
Just to be sure.
Okay, so they're coming in range of the cannons on the port side.
I'm holding a spell too. But
The spell you're holding was animal friendship or speak with animals?
yeah, but when Mary yelled that out, I changed my mind.
So then you just lose that spell.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have.
Because that's happening after your turn.
Held spell is a cast spell.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so Orlear and Seth.
Charm the birds. Will help.
And it was second level too.
Shit on them.
Okay, Orlear and Seth, are you firing cannons?
I mean, if we're told to, then yes.
Well, this is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm not going to have Dallin do the fight and you just carry out the orders.
Yeah. Yeah. Then
We're at alarm stations. He's
Sure,
saying
yeah.
fire, but
I'll
you
fire
get to
the-
decide how many and which ones.
Yeah, I'll fire. I'm on the top deck, so I'll fire the top 3 port cannons.
Okay, it's an action to fire the cannon,
Okay.
right? It's an action to load and an action to fire. So you personally can fire 1 cannon.
Okay.
But yeah, your little child, your little baby boy,
Mm-hmm.
soft child can do it.
If you tell him to fire a cannon, he will attempt to fire a cannon.
You're wrong.
Nothing can go wrong.
Aim the first cannon and tell Seth to shoot this one, and then go to the next one, and I'll aim that one and shoot that one myself.
Okay, you fire 2 cannons with regular powder.
Yeah.
Make an attack roll
What
for
do
you
want to
and for
add?
Seth. 2 different cannons.
What do you want me to add to it?
Nothing.
Okay.
Oh yes, you can add your proficiency because you're proficient with cannons.
So I got a 19. Seth got 5. Yep.
Okay, that's
Nope. 6.
Okay, the 6th, it must not have been aimed right, or it was aimed right, but then Seth moved it, and then it fired into the water right in front of you. Your roll, though, hits, and you can do 2d6 damage.
Oof.
4.
You saved us!
I thought there was going to be like 100 damage to the aboleth.
I know.
Okay,
Which ones did you fire?
you just take that die off. Nope,
The
fired
left
2.
side. The left side.
Oh yeah.
port side.
Yeah, just take 2.
Bippity.
Okay, you still have a bonus action.
Cool.
Run in fear.
Wait. How close are they?
Like 200 feet.
How tall is the ship off the water?
30 feet.
Nice.
I will.
110 feet away.
I'll hold an Eldritch Blast.
I feel like the aboleth's range isn't that big. I think I'm immune to them.
Eldritch Blast as a bonus action.
Oh wait, that's an
taken
action.
over the
No,
bed.
it's all good.
Yeah, I'm just gonna live up top.
No
the
bonus
rest of my
action?
life.
Nope.
My
Okay.
little tent of my own robe.
Okay, and then you can see them both moving in closer now.
Mm-hmm.
Say they are.
Firing?
I'm going to fire. It's
Say
so
are,
much
they are
easier.
now 120. They were 200. Now they're 120 feet away.
Perfect.
Okay, but
Amazing.
it is
Finally
now
within
Mary's
range
turn.
of actual stuff.
Mary,
I can't
turn.
launch a missile on this
You,
point.
They're
you
how
see
far
they're
away?
120 feet away from
From
the
the ship.
front of the ship.
And so they're probably like 250 feet from me or something.
Right. We don't have to do a hypotenuse thing, but you can say, look,
I hold a wand of wonder if
Yeah.
they're within 120 feet of me. Which is never.
not yet. Nope.
That's the best range I got.
Okay.
You're gonna have to be like directly under you. You
I know.
realize?
It's literally never anything I can do. The only thing I'll do is shout like, "Oh, there's one there. There's one over there."
Yeah.
Keep everyone appraised of where.
Is he giving us the help action to aim at them? So
Sure. You can use your action as a help action,
Sure.
but then you can't hold
Yeah, I won't.
the
bother.
wand of wonder action.
Well, I can't
held
ever
action.
fire the one.
Right. So you can use your action as a held action or as a help action.
Yep.
To guide their shot.
I will do that.
Okay. Keith Noss.
I will hustle down the stairs, grab another keg.
Okay, that's quite a distance.
Yeah.
For in action, are you
I will-
currently on the gun deck or are you on the?
Well, I brought a keg up,
Yes.
so I probably would have finished on the gun.
How
deck.
many cannons can one keg do?
we
one
said
round
like one
per-
turn of rolling, but that was kind of pre battle here.
7
And now
is
it's
what we
like-
rolled.
Yeah. Say a keg, your trip can do 12. If you both had rolled 6s, it could have done 12 cannons worth.
So they loaded 7, so there's
Yes.
still some in the first keg.
Right. There's still some good powder on the deck, on the gun deck, that can be used to load. Do you want to do that instead? Load cannons?
No. I'll use my movement to go down, action to get down,
Yep.
and then I'll pick up a keg next turn.
Okay. Distance, say it's. Yep, that's about right. Down, grab it, and come back up. Yep. So 1 turn down, 1 turn up. That's kind of the distance that you go to get more powder. Okay. Nyrex.
Your whole goal.
How far away are these creatures?
They're about 120 feet off of your port side.
So from me, where I'm standing.
You can skin this.
From the boat itself.
Use your leatherworking skills.
So
if I moved up here, would they be within 120 feet?
I have the aboleth and start going fully insane and looking into it.
let's say they're.
Because we've turned the boat slightly, right? So am I kind of at the closest point to them? Am I 120 feet in range?
The closest point would be at the front of the ship. Still at this point.
We haven't turned a bit?
You have turned a bit, but it's not enough to be like we're totally sideways with the direction.
Okay. I'm just going to guess this is 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Am I 120 feet from them?
Or you're moving a character on the.
It's right at the.
At the top.
Oh, yes. Okay. If you're there, we'll say you're within 120 feet of one of them.
Okay. I cast Moonbeam at 3rd level.
Okay.
On the front, on the guy who's in range.
Okay.
So that is Constitution saving throw.
Oh, yeah.
On the start of his turn.
Yeah.
On the start of his turn, yeah.
Okay. I got it. Anything else you want to do?
Move
Bonus
around.
action?
Okay.
Yeah. Bonus action. 1 sec. How fast do these things look like they're moving?
Fast.
Yeah.
They're closing the distance really fast because you're still sort of moving towards them and they're moving towards you. You've turned, but you're moving at a good clip.
Okay. I'll bonus action turn into a giant octopus. And can I just jump over the board?
Yep, movement. If
No,
you have
'cause you're
movement
not-
left,
I don't have movement left.
yeah,
Jump first and then turn into a
yeah, you have to jump first, and if you have no movement left, you're gonna just land on the deck.
Yeah. No, I don't have any movement left, so I'll hold on the giant octopus. I'll still be a druid.
Leave as soon as he jumps overboard, then leave.
Yeah. He'll take care of him.
How fast is the ship moving?
Except it was later when he turns into a shark.
The ship moves 50 feet per round.
Okay.
If they've got like the wind at their back, which currently that's where you're sitting, wind at your back, and you're moving as max speed right now.
And then with 80 feet.
So that's my turn is Moonbeam.
So we can't outrun.
Faster on the side.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty sure.
Dagger. What's your action?
I'm going to fire my short bow at one of the aboleths.
They're not in range, are they?
No.
They're 120 feet.
I got 80, 320, so disadvantage.
Okay. Can you get to the front of the boat where Nyrex is?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you've got tons of movement.
I can get there.
He is the dagger.
You run all the way to the back of the ship and then to the front of the ship.
Okay.
Have a
so
cup of coffee.
with disadvantage, I got a 19.
That hits.
Do I get a sneak attack with that?
The boat is flanking it.
It's not within range of another enemy, right?
You have disadvantage, so no. Whenever you have disadvantage, you don't get sneak attack.
Oh, that's right.
Rules.
Technically, there's no ally within 5 feet of it. So
Yeah,
he's a
if he was
swashbuckler.
hidden,
Yeah, but he's a swashbuckler.
but whenever you have disadvantage, negative.
Do a whole 5 points of damage.
Okay.
Better than nothing.
It's better than what I did.
That's 5 points and 4 points, right? That's 54 points.
You gave us the help action. So.
That
Did
was
somebody
45.
get shoot with advantage? Yeah.
Not yet.
Oh.
But
Okay. Varn and Sniv.
Varn and Sniv, I'm going to run down. Actually, I'm going to have Sniv fire this one, and I'm going to run down and fire one of the super kegs.
The big ones.
The big.
That's the
big
help
one.
action one.
Yeah, I have to do it this
Super
way.
tag
Right?
one.
Big one.
Okay.
Okay.
So make Sniv's roll.
What is the roll again from the king? Oh, it's just a straight
It's
roll.
a D20 plus the proficiency. If Sniv is proficient with cannons, or he was with the cook.
He was with the cook.
He was cooking, so he doesn't get it add proficiency.
So he gets a 5.
Okay. Sploosh does just as good as Seth.
Shiver and sniff.
And this plus 3, 10 plus 3, 13.
Okay, it's a good shot.
Hey,
It's
Did
a
you
good
roll an
shot.
Oh,
advantage?
advantage, yeah.
And it's sailing in the air,
5. I'm going to use a lucky.
and it's still sailing,
13 plus 3 is 16.
and 16 just misses.
Fuck!
Sploosh.
No, not there, dumbass. Over there.
That was so close. It looked like it was gonna hit. It might have hit, but it didn't.
I need to now mark off a lucky.
Take the dice away that he shot.
Okay. Now we're gonna roll moonbeam damage on this first one.
Well, he's got to do a con save.
On save.
Yeah,
Is it a shapeshifter?
It's bad.
it's bad. It
It's,
fails.
I got a 3 for my. Oh.
Yeah, DC 16.
12 or something.
5.
Oh, shitty rolls. A 3, a 1, and a 1. For 5 points of damage. Oh my god. That was a 3d10.
3, a 1, and a 1.
3d10, and I rolled 5.
5 points of damage.
It's my
He did it
thing.
with a short bow. He did it with a level 3 spell.
Yeah, I didn't know it was a spell slot.
Short bow with disadvantage.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a feeling this is a bad situation. Guys.
Okay, so the feeling on the deck here is like the crew, they're all like, this is what we do. We got this. Because they aren't aware at what's happening. They're not. You guys are all like,
That's good.
Oh, we but putting 2 and 2 together and doing the math and going, we're not getting away from this thing. Like the crew is starting to see the looks, at least Deadeye looking at you, the look on your face.
We're
and be like,
fucked,
what?
Jedi. We're absolutely fucked. These things are unstoppable. We can't.
Well, what are we
kill
gonna
them.
do?
We can't outrun them, and we can't kill them.
Okay, so but
We're all gonna die.
That's what we do.
We're all gonna die up in the crow's nest.
well, maybe they'll get full, and by the time they eat everybody else, we'll be safe up here.
I hope so.
Oh, there's a god. He'll take care
That's
of
our
it.
only chance. Yeah, we need Orlear to snap one out here. Bring your mama.
She's got it going on.
Oh my goodness. Okay,
2
so
against how many crewmates are there here?
how many crew?
How much crew?
There's like 8 crew, and then there's the officers and Dallin, the first mate. So
We have action economy on our side, Just yeah.
They're not attacking.
they are assisting, but they're not actually the ones fighting the battle here.
not once they've charmed the entire crew on us.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you know what?
Hey, you know what? We might get a boat out of this if we make it.
Yeah. Just,
Okay, well, maybe they play that angle. Okay, Orlear and Seth, you're up.
How close are they?
Well, the one that you've been damaging, the one that's close, has now moved in another 40 feet. So, when I say they're at 120,
No, 80.
Naira actually
Now they're
went
at
down
80.
below and charmed one of the sheep with that spell.
We could just throw all the sheep overboard and feed them.
go get
Um,
They'd be too full.
The one that you've been damaging that's taking the hits is now 80 feet away from the boat. And the front of the boat.
Does it look pretty hurt?
Sorry, whose turn is it?
it's
Is
Orlear's
it
turn.
swimming kind of crooked? Is it starting to run away?
It's angling itself towards the boat.
It's been like
It's taken
5.
10 points of damage.
Yeah, 10
Does
damage.
it want to leave?
It's a pretty good amount of damage.
Has anybody been trained in how to get those freaking safety boats, those rowboats?
The life rafts out.
Yeah.
I don't think that's
Did you
gonna
learn that? Was that part of the... No one knows how to do that.
Somebody should have learned that.
I'll go over to, like, since I'm at that cannon and it's coming to that side, I'll, like, walk over to the side and I'll cast... My hands will go out and I'll cast Lightning Bolt into the water at it.
Oh,
Shocking.
I like that.
Yeah. He'll be
That's
like, sure, eat this.
Okay.
And a 100-foot beam of lightning comes out of my hands and like... and you see all the dead fish rise to the top.
Meat's back on the table, boys.
It's 100 foot.
I'm not going to say it's a crit. I'm going to say it's an auto hit.
Well, it's a saving throw.
It's a saving throw.
Then,
You can't go below half.
yeah, I'm going to say it's a full damage.
Full damage.
Whatever you roll, it's going to be full damage. They can't save against this.
Sure.
And yeah, it's going to hit both of them.
So
Even if they're not in a straight line, they're going to both take the damage.
How much? How many d6 is it? Like, can you upcast it?
No, I can... No. There's a lot of ones in there.
Wow.
19.
Wow.
I rolled
Is that possible?
2, 3, 4 ones.
Okay, so at least, okay, like I said, it's not a crit, but it's double damage because you just damaged both of them.
Yeah. And I will, for my bonus action, I will spend a sorcery point. And I will cast Eldritch Blast at them as well.
Okay. At the one that you targeted, the first one.
I hate to give you this information, but anything that's in water has resistance to fire.
That's why
Just
I said
lightning.
Eldritch Blast.
Yeah, that's
And
force.
damage.
Oh, it's forced damage. I was
So
thinking
both, yeah, I didn't do Firebolt for that reason. Both of those will hit with the lowest being a 22 and the highest at 27.
Yes.
It's 11.
If you keep the water up to boiling point.
It's a lot of water.
Yeah.
It's
The ocean. Rather large body of water.
I would think it. I wouldn't think you'd have resistance against heat metal,
No.
right?
11 points of force damage.
Where's the state of them?
Okay.
And Seth will fire the last... Oh, there isn't a cannon
No.
there. He'll load a cannon then.
He'll load a regular cannon on the top deck there.
Correct.
Right.
Okay, and he's proficient with it because he's been
I think
doing the training with you.
He gets a... Oh, it's just one. You don't get to roll.
That's right. It's not how many cannons he can load. It's an action to load the cannon
Yeah.
and an action to shoot.
Something
the
to do with a bikini-clad woman. That's all I can remember.
The gas cannon inside.
Oh yeah, and
Mount
they bite it.
And then shot it.
Man, that was an awful roll for 18.
Got cannons.
We have super gunpowder.
We throw the And you can fireball can you? Or lightning bolt it.
A whole keg into one of them.
I have a 9% chance of
That's what I'm
fireball.
saying. You throw one of these cakes of the super powder into one
Okay.
of them. You lightning bolt.
Or just firebolt.
Mary, you're up. I need you to make a perception check.
They're not actually aboleths.
They're mermaids.
Ooh, that's awful. 24.
That's enough.
That's awful.
Awful. Terrible.
Just.
What did you roll in your d20s?
Hmm?
What did you roll in your d20s?
14. This is the good one.
Okay, so you
With
see
advantage.
there's the first one that's closer to the ship that you're targeting, that all this the first one's just swimming towards the ship like full steam. The second one that's a little further away, only slightly, the shadow of it that you can see from your point disappears.
One's going below! They're
No.
gonna kill us in different
Now
ways!
it's your turn.
I will do the help action again.
Okay. This one that's 80 feet away, the first one. Oh, but you're 80 feet up. So
Yeah,
So
90
he's actually
feet
about
up and
like
then
120 feet away from you.
Just to get to the water is
Yeah.
110 feet.
yeah.
I'm gonna start climbing down. Untie myself and climb down.
Okay,
Well, no, actually, I'm not supposed to do that. I'll just stay up there. I'm good.
you can if you wanted
Yeah,
to,
no.
but they're relying on you to see these kinds of
Yeah,
things.
no, I'll relay that one went
Okay.
underwater.
Okay. You shout that out to everyone. One went down. Okay.
And the other one's right there. Help action.
Yeah. You can give the help action to whoever is firing on their next shot.
Devarn.
Okay, Keith Noss.
I'm gonna grab another keg, and I'm gonna bring it up
Yep. Okay.
to the gut deck over.
Okay, you can. That's your movement.
Okay.
You bring it up.
I'm gonna ask anybody that's here, do we have any idea what's going on? Do we know what
You're
We're all
it
gonna
is?
die.
You're only about
There's-
like 110 feet away.
We're fighting things
From what?
that want to kill
From
the
the thing in the
gods
water.
themselves.
A squared plus B squared is C squared. It's 110.
Does it-
It's 30 feet from where you are to the water, and I'm
I-
90 feet above you.
Oh.
I don't know if we'll be able to kill them. I
I'm
don't
never
think we
within
will.
120 feet of the water.
But we might as well try.
I'm gonna action go down to the third level again. Is there any like shutters for like openings at this level? Or is this like,
What's all in the gun deck is anything to open. Anything down on your level, there's no portholes or anything.
You are way in here.
I'm out of the range of their mind fuck, though, I think.
Probably. I don't think that's a good thing, though.
I'll be the last one to be eaten.
Yeah.
No, instead of going down, I'm gonna go up to the main deck.
So you've
So
brought
drop
you brought
the
the
keg
good
off.
powder up to
And then
the
I will action dash
top deck.
go to the top deck. Yeah.
Okay. And any bonus actions for Bard?
Who's up here that I can inspire?
Seth and Varn are up on this
Oh
deck.
no, I'm
Or-
below. It's Sniff who's up here.
Okay, Sniff and Seth and Orlear. Dagger's at the front, Nyrix is at the front, but they just have to be able to hear you, right?
Within 60 feet of
Yeah.
Practically anyone but Mariodoc.
Okay, there you
the
go.
Yeah,
60
I don't
feet.
need it. There's 60 feet, no point in giving it.
So anyone in the front portion, or where are you coming up the stairs? In the middle of the deck, or in the middle of the ship?
Yeah.
So you wouldn't be able to reach Nyrex or Dagger, who are at the front of the ship. I know they're not there on the map, but if they're shooting physically, they're at the very front of the ship. But Orlear, Seth, and Sniv.
Sniff. We can call him Sniff.
Yeah,
Sniff.
they're all within range.
And I'll look at Seth. I'll be like, "You got this, boy." You get that cannon. You aim it true. You got this. I believe in you.
Okay. He gets inspiration.
Right.
You give him the heart of the cards.
Okay, Nyrex. Nyrex, you're at the bow of the ship with Dagger.
Oh, yeah, it's time to start pulling those cards up.
No. He has a deck of many things.
I had heard that, and I actually bought a deck that I was going to bring for you just so you could have the physical prop.
Well, I think that they're over it. Orlear doesn't seem to be the guy who's like, let's just pull cards.
Yeah.
I'm going to move the moonbeam over to that
Guaranteed I could pull a card.
that guy coming at the ship.
Okay,
If
you
Dad
keep
over
the
there would
moonbeam
fucking
trained
do
on
it.
that same...
Yeah, I can move it 60 feet,
What'd you guys do?
so it depends on how fast it's moving.
Yep, you're able to
We
keep
haven't
keep
rolled
it.
anything bad.
You're able to keep it tracked on that
Rolled
first
like
one.
6 cards.
Okay. And then I'll look over at Dagger and say, adios, mate. And I'll turn into an octopus and jump overboard.
Got my own slave.
A giant octopus.
Okay, make a perception check.
As a giant octopus, I guess.
Yes.
We're having sushi tonight.
Oh, that's not good perception. It's a 14.
So fucking old.
Okay, you're not able to see the churning of the boat and the water and the chop in the. You just can't make out. You can see the first one that's coming towards you, but that one everyone can see. Like
Yeah.
The second one that kind of dove down, you don't know where it is.
So I have 60 feet of movement.
Yep.
I'm going to swim kind of perpendicular to where this guy, the large one's coming at me, and try to stay about 50 feet away from it.
Okay, I said it was still 60 feet from the boat.
Yeah, so I'm gonna maybe swim backwards then to try and. What I want to do is try and attract it so it chases me instead of hit the boat.
Okay. You just dropped off the ship 30 feet to the water.
Yeah.
What kind of a dive keeps you from taking damage as you hit the water?
I'm an octopus. I don't have any bones.
You just slap.
World's worst belly flop.
I could climb into a wine bottle.
I believe it.
Why don't you
A
dive
like
like a
big
normal
one.
person and then turn into an octopus?
Because then he'd have to roll.
And I'd roll
I
damage.
believe his story. I like it.
All right. So then I kind of swim backwards, like against, like back from the boat. So I head north, I guess. And I'm trying to stay about 50 feet away from this aboleth, so it can, and
What do you do to tempt him into the fact that you are a better target?
He's got no bones.
I'll actually what I'll do is when I hit the ground or the water, I'll do an ink cloud.
Hey,
Ink
honey.
cloud.
Okay.
No, I'm not doing that. I'm saving that.
That would obscure you.
I am saving that. I'll just spread out all my tentacles like a big star.
Ooh.
You go, woo! Hey, SpongeBob.
I'll open my beak for you.
Calamari.
Okay.
Because don't they technically have like one thing where it's the beak, which is technically their only dog?
That's actually there in the beach factor. That's true.
So that's my turn.
Okay, we'll see if that works when it comes around to their turn.
Okay.
I'm ready. I'm making a note here. And let's go to Dagger. Dagger, you're at the front of the ship, and it is coming closer. Looks like it's got its eye on you. Okay.
Is it within 80 feet now?
It's within
Yes.
60 feet.
And that's shit. That's 12.
Does not hit.
Remember, a 16 didn't hit either, so. Say just barely, so it's 17, I think.
Okay. And Dagger's gonna run over to where those light boats are.
Yep.
And he's gonna give him a little inspection on how they.
The crash course on.
I want to do.
How are these bad boys tied
How
down?
are these tied down? How do you get them working, kind of thing? And where are the oars? And
Okay, make an investigation check.
Spitz did a triple knot on him.
a 1.
They're freaking glued down. You have no idea.
They're bolted to the floor.
This kitty's getting wet.
He gets up and they're not really there. It was actually like a hologram image as he walked by.
It was just so they could get past the safety inspection.
Yeah, that's right.
Seth is there, minor imaging.
Yeah, you don't learn anything new about that.
Okay.
Okay, so bottom of the order here, Varn and Sniv.
Sniv fires one last, the one cannon here.
Yep. Is that
18, a 16 plus nothing.
That was just regular gunpowder.
that's not with help though? That's with help
Yeah,
action?
you get
It should
the-
be help.
I'm not helping with Sniv.
Oh,
Who
no,
else
yeah.
is shooting though?
I'm
shooting
helping
too.
Barn specifically.
From which position?
Down
Oh, you're
here.
down below. Okay.
Yeah,
But-
he's got the big gun, so I'm
Right.
helping Barn.
But a 16 plus.
Although actually,
is it 2 or 3?
he wouldn't be able to hear me down below, so I'm actually helping Snake.
Oh, okay.
I would have to, because
Okay, I'm taking a 16 plus 3, so it's a 19.
19 hits, 2d6.
6, 5 and 5, 10 damage.
Nice.
And yeah. And now it is Varn's turn.
So I can shoot with you're shooting with the big
The
powder?
big one.
Okay.
Big one. And I rolled the same number, 19.
Okay, that hits. Ooh.
That's not in the box. Doesn't matter. So that is 5, 5, it's 13.
13 damage, and I need you rolled with the good powder.
Oh yeah.
We
Yeah,
didn't roll the
D20.
damage. You gotta roll the d20, see if that thing blows up in your face.
11.
Okay.
nice.
And we had another shot with the big powder, right?
Also Barn.
Me, yeah.
But that one I helped him on.
8.
It's okay. It doesn't blow up. It's a 1 or a 2, and it blows up.
10%
10%
chance.
And it blows up in your face because you're
Oh.
standing right there.
Oh,
Or flies to the back, the other side, and just...
Well, you can't avoid that. When you light it and you shoot it, you risk it. Whether whether like, oh, it might blow up, so I'm gonna run away.
Well, Varn is like a feather too, so he's just gonna be...
You'll fly further.
Yeah.
It's 10:30. Do you guys want to keep going a couple more rounds, or we'll pick this up?
We'll pick it up.
Okay.
Yeah.
You guys gotta still drive home. That's a weird thing, eh?
Yeah.
Drive home.
Yeah.
Okay, so I ran this already.
They did way better than we did. No?
Did you roll all our ones too?
It's scaled down a little bit, but I've run this already.
Did they all die?
This isn't just it's a losing fight.
Sure it is.
No, it's not. I play tested this to see how it would run. So you can run.
We should run. But we can't run.
We can't run. We stay and fight.
To
We
the
die.
death.
I'm worried about the one underneath.
Yeah. But if we put all the gunpowder there...
We should throw a keg over, and the octopus can manipulate it into the mouth of the other one.
Oh yeah.
I just wanted to start
I
tossing.
just put it right. Put it right in there.
Yeah, just like they
Just
just need
tie
to
one of
fill
the
up on
barrels.
something and they'll leave us alone.
See?
Sheep.
Just tie a sheep to one. Yeah.
If I create like, you have to fight this thing, and you're like, oh, whatever, we fight it. But if I say you have to fight something that you're like, oh shoot, what are we gonna do? Then you come up with creative solutions.
I wasn't gonna start lugging one sheep at a turn up to a deck that had a hole in it to toss it out though. I was like, do I blow a hole through the deck of the ship? No, we don't have a carpenter. Shit.
Hi everyone, we hope you're enjoying this episode of Perilous Pursuits. Feel free to check out our website at www.perilouspursuits.com for lots more content. If you'd like to support us further, consider becoming a Patreon and receive perks all the way up to joining us in a Perilous Pursuits adventure at patreon.com/perilous. We would also like to send a shout out to our Perilous partner Describe. It's a great Dungeon Master resource to give you professionally written text on everything from locations and spells to items and creatures that you can use in your very own games. Check out our link to Describe at www.perilouspursuits.com for a 10% discount.
Thanks for listening to Perilous Pursuits. Be sure to check out our website at perilouspursuits.com. In the meantime, go take your onkeg for a walk, give your slad a big hug, go play some D&D.